Hello, I'm the Great Wizard Merlin, and there's a James right there. So, we are starting our Pathfinder 2nd edition playtest, being as it is new, and last week we had our little rules discussion, Q&A session, whatever you want to call it. So we have all genned our characters, so at the moment we're going to be starting as level 1 characters for this bit. But there is going to be another little campaign that we're going to be doing at 4th level as well. Because I think there is more, but we're not doing more.
So the way this one works is you don't just play one party of characters from start to finish. Because it's a play test and they've done the adventure path in such a way that you play test a lot of different things. Instead of your standard leveling up, you get given a character template, so you have to do it at a certain level. You get a budget, you get a list of items, or you get certain levels of items you're allowed to pick, and you make characters for each section of the adventure path. Coming back to the first ones you play, which will be the ones you'll be meeting today, they come back to these characters at regular intervals. I don't know how far we'll get in 5 weeks, but we're going to get as much in as possible and do as much as possible. But yeah, we will see.
And also, by the way, thank you very much for the follow, Scorch, just before we start the stream.
Yeah, that was actually quite surreal.
Love you, Scorch.
So, I suppose with any either new campaign or new system that we do, we should probably go around the room and introduce our characters. Obviously keep what little bits that you want secret until it's revealed if you want.
Okay, so there is one character who is not allowed to introduce himself yet. That is Merlin. There is a story-based reason for why he cannot introduce himself yet.
Also, we really just like screaming about over the plot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been hit with the plot
See you
stick.
in week 5.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, everyone just go, oh, so you're going to do this? No, we're going to go the complete opposite direction, do something else. As people would normally like to do.
You know that thing we're meant to do? Yeah, we're not doing that. See you later.
Yeah, we're trying to find some hidden things in the game.
So, who is not Merlin, wants to start?
Give me a second, I'm studying cookies.
Okay, well, while people are having to think about how they want to describe, I'll give you the synopsis, or blurb, on the back of the thing. So, the final countdown for Doomsday Dawn. Mysterious ancient artifacts from Sand-choked Assyrian count down the years until a rare planetary conjunction that will align Pathfinder's world of Golarion with the hostile planet Orkturn, allowing the ravenous hordes of the Dominion of the Black to surge forth and harvest the brains of the Inner Sea, remaking the world in their terrible alien image. Doomsday Dawn takes the heroes on a decade-long journey throughout Golarion as they attempt to understand and defeat the otherworldly menace and avoid utter catastrophe. This collection of 7 multi-encounter scenarios is designed to introduce the Pathfinder playtest rules in a guided, shared playtest experience, coinciding with regular surveys and feedback from players like you, which I will be getting the players to do off-screen.
And by the way, I take it you know who Scorch is.
I do.
Yeah.
I mentioned who it was before we started streaming.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
But man, I wasn't paying attention.
Man.
Hi, Lee. And hi, Louie Man, as well.
Merlin wasn't paying attention because he's senile, remember?
Yeah, no one can see me, I'm just a disembodied voice.
Who am I?
Yeah.
I don't know who I am.
Screw it, I'll start.
Great.
Hi, I'm going to be playing Wazimu. She is crazy.
So
That is literally what her name means. It's Swahili for crazy.
Ah.
I am playing a human alchemist.
So, if you,
It's going to be fun!
in case you missed the first week we did last week, which was us giving it a bit of a description and a discussion, Alchemist has been added to the base list of classes available in Pathfinder, and Goblin has been added to the base list of ancestries, because they're not races.
Yes, don't worry, I realise I didn't sort out the order, so my notifications are behind the Pathfinder playtest book on there.
Ah, you idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be why my subscriber thing didn't pop up then.
Oh, it did. You can still see part of it. All the way. No, by
Yes.
the way, hi, Toddler Dan, and thank you for the host, Louie Man.
Hello, Toddler.
But yes, Louis, I am crazy. It's going to be so much fun. What?
Oh
Okay.
no.
So,
Pick a person. Any person.
Go on, Lucy.
Ta-da!
I'm playing Miss. Oh my god, Miss Nura. I'm gonna go with Miss Nura. I'm playing a female dwarf. I'm a cleric of Sarenrae. Sarenrae is amazing. I'm really interested in the nation of Assyrian.
Of Syriani.
I'm really interested in that.
The Assyrian race, or whatever it is. Yeah.
Because I am. I have lots of healing stuff. Let's go stab things.
Gonna stab you with healing?
Probably.
Go
I could
forth.
bomb
I
them
will
with
mop up
healing,
the mess.
But they die.
Okay, I'm Lunis. I'm an elf rogue, so I'm going to be sneaky and untrustworthy. So, yeah, a rogue.
Fair.
Yeah.
And I am mute, so I
Yep,
can't
you're
say
not allowed to say anything
Yep,
about your
push
character.
you.
Yep.
Right, now.
And saving the best till last.
Oh, God.
I'm Crystal, Tangle Bedsheet, woman extraordinaire, 3.5 foot of fury in the bed, and like you'll never understand.
I don't want to play anymore.
3.5 feet of fury. I think Alexa Bliss's lawyers are on the phone.
Oh,
Your refusal to play is noted, Lucy, and fuck you, you're playing anyway.
Oh my word.
Okay.
I need to draw some lipstick.
No, you just need Mr. Flibbles.
Oh no, that's like Cartman's thing. What's his name?
No, because it was all a betrayed lie.
Yes. It was a confusing lie if you played the Fractured
Sounds
Butthole.
like a stick of truth or something.
I haven't actually played that one yet.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Oh.
It definitely expanded on the story and other bits.
Wait, there's a story?
Yes.
Strange to think
There
it
were
actually,
other bits.
it was strange to think it followed on quite well from Stick of Truth.
Oh yeah, it followed immediately on after Stick of Truth.
Yeah.
But it didn't take anywhere near as long.
So, the group of you, the four of you,
Yep.
have, for whatever reason, been gathered at the home.
Yep.
That is a halfling whore.
I don't want to play anymore.
I'm not even
See what's on
playing
the
yet.
inside.
Now, the refusal is duly noted. However, fuck you, you're playing anyway.
Oh, wait, my
Well, that's two. Is there a majority vote thing if there's more?
Yeah. Because you don't get a vote because you're not a person.
Oh.
Let the
Yeah.
DM talk.
Cass is
So-
grabbing.
So, Lunas, Wazamu, Miss Nura, and Christelle have all been gathered at the home of Kellery Devering. She is a local scholar and aristocrat, and she has requested their help, for whatever reason she knows them, for a job that she has. Quoting that she is a scholar, not an adventurer, therefore it's not something she can take care of. So, you all arrive at whatever point that you arrive, and you are all brought into her study of sorts, where there are two goblins.
Does she have a chaise longue?
No.
I draw.
I will drape myself alluringly in an armchair.
She does have armchairs in there.
Alluringly.
Upon seeing the goblins, I
Yes.
put my hand on my rapier.
Okay, so noticing that people give them funny looks or get a little bit antsy when they notice the goblins, she says, "Please don't worry. The goblins are not going to attack or harm you."
At that
Well,
point,
looking at one who looks remarkably like him but a goblin.
so exactly like
well,
him.
exactly
unless
like
you provoke them.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, so upon that, I'm literally going to go and walk up to one of the chairs and sit on the back of it. Like cross-legged on the back of the chair.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Well met, fine fellow.
Hello.
Is that really the voice you're going with?
Yes.
God fucking damn it.
Yes, it is.
Right, is that one better or worse than that one?
You're ruining my roleplay experience. I'm trying to be immersive here.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, Longshank. Well, half shank. that a word?
I don't understand your
It
terminology.
doesn't matter how tall they are. We call them Longshanks.
Says the clearly female goblin sat next to him.
I don't understand your terminology, but I appreciate you trying in this culture.
Longshanks is what we call the not gobber people.
Not us.
Do you not understand the point of individual names?
No.
Yes, but we don't know you, therefore you're all Longshanks.
My name is Miss Nora. What are your names?
I'm Stabbing.
I'm
And a cute
Talga.
name. Talga? Well met, fine goblin friend.
I've never been
I'm
called fine before.
Crystal.
What are you doing?
She almost sounds like one of us.
I'm combing my hair.
Ah.
Lunas.
No.
Is that a horse chopper on your back, or are you just happy to see me?
Well, I've got that and this other one as well.
So, this one is actually carrying a club that is clearly too big for any of you, so it's massive for him.
Yeah, it's probably like 3 times the size of me, something stupid like that.
Probably about that.
And what's it move?
Well met, human friend.
Well met.
You can't see this, but off camera, you know, I'm just getting stared down.
By a whore.
Oh yeah, I'm quite a muscly goblin as well.
I'm just trying to
very
think of the
finely
witticism that I can
toned
go
buff.
with. I wonder what you could do with that mighty club.
Squish things.
And repress.
That sounds like a euphemism for penis. Anyway. So,
On that group.
after allowing you to variously introduce yourselves to, you know, find out names and such, Kellery steps forward and says, so about a week ago, I received an invitation from my cousin. Her name is Kendra, and she's the mayor of Sandpoint. She invited me along to the Swallowtail Festival. I was looking for an offering down in my basement. Vault, but it's in the basement functionally. When I found that my vault had been, trashed and apparently looted. After looking in, there was a large hole in the centre of the floor leading down into the sewers. I found what looked like goblin footprints. After getting a little bit frustrated, I found these two hiding in a corner.
I see.
I asked them about my stolen possessions, but they begged for mercy, which was a little bit strange coming from goblins, I found. So I asked them about what was going on. They may be able to share the same information. It's probably better coming first hand.
Okay, I will explain. Being a goblin, you know, whatever you decide to call us, you know, we go around and we loot things. Is loot the right word? Yes, loot.
Yes, it is. I mean, what?
We wouldn't normally go for Longshanks basements and vaults and things. We normally stick to the outside of towns and whatever's left in the sewers because the Longshanks don't try to kill us.
But in this case, our boss decided it was a good idea to rob this one.
The new boss, he's had us doing it for a little while now.
Bad. He's very bad.
It seems like you don't like him very much.
No.
Not really, no.
Ever since he came along, everything went downhill.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I bomb it?
What, him?
Yeah.
You can, but
Big boom.
Yeah?
but I want to kill him.
Is your boss a goblin?
He's
What's
supposed to be.
What is
He's a
it?
big hobgoblin.
How big?
He's bigger than us.
Yeah, but he does those weird things. Remember?
We think he might be one of those dead blood-sucky people.
Yeah, the neck
A lawyer?
biter.
A
Yeah,
vampire.
neck biter. That, yeah. What's a vampire?
Is that word for?
Was that a Longshanks word for a neckbiter?
Yes.
They're just extra pale, aren't they?
I've had neck biters before. They're fairly okay, as long as you've got makeup afterwards.
We don't
Not
really
this
like
one.
him.
What's his name?
Dracus.
He goes by Dracus.
Because we came up with this theory because whenever someone in the tribe does bad things, they take him away, and then when he comes back, there's holes in his neck and he's all pale. And
He's got no blood. There's nothing leaking out of him. Not from any of the holes. It's really weird.
Why did they ask you to go after this vault?
Well, he seems to be obsessed with nicking treasure from the Longshanks. He really, he's not very nice. He doesn't seem to like the Longshanks much. But he took over the mud chewers when he killed the last boss.
What's the mud chewer?
it's the name of our tribe.
So yeah.
Right. So let me get this straight. Dracus, the baddie hobgoblin, came across, took over your tribe, decimated the integrity of your people, and forced you into stealing things more than you have to do to survive.
And raided her vault.
Wait.
That's about the size of it. Yeah.
Okay. What do you two want to do? Are you looking to redeem yourselves?
I'm no fighter. I'm not going back down there. He'll definitely kill me.
That's fine. I'll kill him.
Wonderful.
Stab him's more of a fighter than me.
They know more about goblins than we do.
But yeah, they should probably know this bit. When they finished the looting and all that, all the rest of them got them killed.
By what?
So, we and a few of the other goblins decided that we didn't want to take his orders no more. He's not nice. So we tried to tell him no. We tried to fight back, but he killed nearly all of us. He knocked Stab him out. Otherwise, Stab him probably would have kept going and gone killed as well. And I managed to drag Stab him back up here. It was just after we robbed this Longshanks lady. I dragged Stab him back up here. It was quite hard with his club, and we hid, and all the others that rebelled with us got dead.
I'm very sad to hear that for you. Well, perhaps, as a group, we can stop this hobgoblin and bring justice back to your tribe.
And get the treasure.
So parapsychopaths, a rogue, a hooker, and a priest. This sounds like the start of a bad joke.
Interesting.
What?
So
What?
Kalari
Now, what did
pipes
you call
up
me?
again.
Jokes.
Hang on. Yes, Clary.
Yeah, so Kalari pipes up again. Many of the things that they'll have will be stolen from various people around the city. I imagine if you're able to retrieve any of them and return them to the rightful owners, you'll be rewarded for their return.
Oh God.
And of course, restore justice and integrity.
In
And
particular,
the money.
Or sell it for a higher value.
in particular, there is one item that I'd like back because it's my offering for the Sandpoint Festival. It's a jewel called the Star of Desna.
Ooh, sounds pretty.
What does it look like?
Expensive.
It's a small blue gem that's attached to a necklace.
Does it have any magical properties?
No, it doesn't.
Probably worth a bomb. on the black
When
market.
is the Sandpoint Festival?
It's in about 7 days, so
Okay.
I would appreciate it if you could get it back before then. But obviously, if you can't, then
Ooh, seems like we have a time limit.
I was about to say, it seems that we have a deadline. So, Stabin, you will be joining us. We'll be going forth. We will be destroying Dracus, restoring your tribe, getting the treasure, saving the day, going to the festival.
Yay!
Yes.
Wonderful!
One
I will
question.
help the Longshanks.
I have a question.
Of course.
Can I bomb it?
I don't understand.
What's a bomb?
Beef!
Put them away.
As we need to and are required to, you can of course use your obtainable skills and knowledge.
Yeah.
I throw these things go boom.
Boom?
Big boom.
So, do you have any further questions
prefer
or
my way.
requests, either for myself or for the goblins?
I believe that anything we recover will bring all back to this point so it can be sorted out fairly by whoever owns them.
That's fine.
Reasonable. Do you want to go through the sewers?
So, Talgo pipes up again.
So I've done what I can to help because I can't go back in and fight. I can't fight, but I've done a little map for you.
I was about to ask that actually.
I've done a little map for you, which might help. But I don't know what's in the boss's room. None of us know what's in there.
No.
None of us are allowed in.
And this, as it happens, is the map you're given. The white covered bits, you assume, given that there's like inclination, there's a door and steps there, you think that might be where the boss's room is.
Let's track us through.
Nah. Might be better for you guys to read it because I can't read maps.
This is surprisingly detailed.
People keep telling me they think it's weird that I can read and write.
I think it's amazing.
So it's okay. You got the brains for it. I don't.
I mean, I think the shading was a little bit unnecessary, but
It's not quite that precise, but it's got a rough sort of...
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, from the description and the map, it shows you a way through the sewers to get to the entrance to this place, which Stabham also knows the way to get there as well.
Yeah, I've been that way.
So, if you have no further questions, then this might be a good opportunity for you to head on down.
Thank you.
lead the way, Squishy
Are
one.
we still sorry?
I'm going to
It's-
walk up
it's
to
fine.
stab him and I run a finger down his muscled chest and go, "It's okay. You can raid my vault whenever you want, big boy." And then walk off seductively.
You have a vault.
Talga looks quizzically up at Kellery, and Kellery just shakes her head. Just don't ask.
Okay.
One day I can lead her into a path of righteousness.
Stabbing.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Is this your lady friend?
She is a lady friend. Yes. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean we've been friends for a while.
No, you're more intellectual. Are you and him a thing? Are you an item? Are you together? Are you
No,
dating?
I'm a goblin. I'm not an item, and he's not an
No.
item.
I'm a goblin too.
Are you boyfriend and girlfriend?
Well, he's a boy and a friend, and I'm a girl and his friend.
Yeah.
I'd ship that.
You know when baby gobbers happen?
Well, they just appear.
Yeah, it's spores.
They're fungi.
My character doesn't.
I know, I was saying that to your character.
Yeah, it's spores.
It's a beauty bug.
Never mind.
I'm going to powder myself and apply more makeup and my secret disguise kit of the beauty mark.
Hang on.
Do you have any further questions
There we
or
go.
anything else you want to ask of the NPCs at all?
Where do baby goblins come from?
Spores. I can answer that one! Yeah.
Ooh, surface Sephiroth.
So, after following the instructions of both Talga's map and Stabim's somewhat helpful directions as well,
That way.
you come to the entrance of this place.
Can I just say one thing? So as we're going through the entrance, right, we've got not just the sloshing of the sewer, right? My whole chainmail clinks and echoes around the sewers. There will be no stealthy approach today. Thank you, sorry.
No stealth, huh?
Oh yeah. By the way, I'm just in leather armor.
Yeah, I got mine.
Tight-fitting leather armor.
Yeah, you are.
Oh damn! I didn't think about what my hair was going to look like.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not stealthy.
Damn.
Your clinkety clanking sounds like home.
I'm going to jump into Stabim's arms and get him to carry me along through the sewer. Because I don't want to get my dainty dress wet.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Said you work out, man?
Yeah, a lot. I do a lot of running. I do a lot of lifting.
Okay. Can everybody please roll me society?
Oh, the first roll of the game.
21.
Okay.
7!
1.
That's about right.
Yep.
Stick as you mean to go on.
9.
12.
Okay. So, you, Lunas, you happen to know that once you get here, you know that this is a place called the Ashen Ossuary.
The Ashen Ossuary.
Yeah, you don't actually know much about the place, other than that it's an old, ossuary, funnily enough. It's long since been abandoned and it's no longer used, and it's largely just a crap hole that, as far as you were always aware, goblins just hung out in.
What the fuck's an ossuary?
Google.
Google is your
I
friend.
don't know enough to be able to say I know for sure. So,
Do you know? It's something.
so
What's an Australian?
An ossuary is a chest, box, building, well, or site made to serve as the final resting place of human skeletal remains.
there you go.
So we're basically just in a fancy crypt.
So
I
yeah.
was thinking mausoleum.
Dead Shank's place.
Not big enough.
Okay.
Okay, I know this place. It's the Ashen Ossuary. Basically, we're in a big tomb. And the gobbers
I
like
want
to
to
hang
stay
out
in the
here.
sky. You really liked it in graveyards.
Thank you for that piece of information about your life.
Please don't let that be a euphemism. Please don't let that be a euphemism.
By
Yeah.
date, I mean, we were just sleeping together on
So-
top of the coffins.
Moving
Strange
swiftly
place to
on.
sleep.
After that discussion thought, you also remember that there was something about a huge fire erupting here several years ago.
But the reason why it's called the Ashen Ossuary is because there was a huge fire.
How morbid.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is the entrance when you step in. What sort of party order are you taking?
Which one am I?
Actually, I better.
Front. Warrior.
So once you step
Plus I'm really
onto
sure
that second
it's
one,
me.
whoever's going next to him.
Dwarf.
Oh yeah. Is this one you?
I'm going at the back.
Oh yeah.
So if you're going at the front, I'm going at the back.
Okay, so
I'm still not at the back.
Oh yeah. Well, you're off screen. There you go.
It's better.
I'm guessing this
That's
is
you.
me.
That's you.
Okay.
Miss
Put me next
Nura
to you.
and
Flashing.
Sabin, could you please both roll me your perception?
Put me next to you.
Fine.
Put me next to
While you roll your perceptions, just for the description for everyone, the damp sewer passages have led to a slimy cistern that stinks of decay. On the northern edge of the circular chamber lies a pile of burnt bones in front of a scorched tongue.
17.
Okay.
You'll notice I rolled a 16.
15. What's the lighting like down here?
Oh yeah.
It's not great. It's
That's fine. I have dark vision.
Same.
So do I.
I
So-
don't.
it is
Save me.
kind of dim, but there is enough light filtering down around that you can still see even without low light or dark vision. It's just a bit dimmer than you'd prefer.
Okay.
I'm getting a leaf and get some of my rope and tying the leaf under my nose.
Okay, so
Did you do? Thank you for the sub.
You're welcome.
you have noticed, aside from all these little puddles, which is just water, there's another puddle that looks a bit odd. By odd, it seems to be sort of quivering slightly, more like ooze than water.
Does it look threatening?
Currently, it appears to sort of be jiggling a little bit.
It's a jello monster. Run away.
You don't really know.
Alright. Longshanks, what's that?
What is what?
On the floor!
You have seen it as well.
Oh. It's just gloop on the floor. Tiny goblin friend. There's nothing to fear here.
Does it need to be killed?
I'll do it as a warning. Oi! You! If you are an enemy and stand in our way, this is your one and only chance to retreat.
I once dated a ranger, and he said he had some weird stuff on the bottom of his shoes, and it kind of tried to eat him. So I'd be careful. Shit on your shoes might try and eat you.
Didn't need that cookie anyway.
And by date, I mean we were just having sex.
Right, I'm leaning closer to you, Leon, and I'm like, and I thought I was weird.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to react to you shouting at it.
I apparently am applying more makeup.
Okay, I am willing.
Why? Are you planning on seducing the puddle?
No, I can seduce you though, baby.
I'm just gonna say, I do not want to offend Longshanks. So, what do you think we should do?
I've given it a warning. Is not move, not act threateningly. Let us move forward. Also, Merlin, I can't reach that far across the board. Please push me forward.
How far do you?
Sure.
Are you literally just gonna walk? Walk.
I'm a bit unsure of speed. So my speed is 20. So I guess I can still move.
Yeah.
forward.
So they are 5 foot squares. So
you'd end up.
stop there.
Oh yeah, stop there. Well, I was
If
going
you're
to follow.
walking alongside, that is fine. I imagine everyone else is walking along. So
I am not walking in there.
So you're staying here,
Yeah.
or
Can everybody
No.
please roll me initiative? For the purposes of this initiative, it will be perception.
Oh.
Now, why do you mention, for the purposes of this initiative, it's perception?
Because for this one specifically, you are reacting to this thing moving, and this is whether you notice it moving or how well you notice everything going on.
Mm.
The more you know.
It's good to teach.
The
people.
more you know. Imagine sort of
So.
jingly sound effects.
Did anyone get above 20?
No.
No.
Between 15 and 20.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
16.
Okay, so
18.
Huh?
you had an 18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So that's Crystal, yeah.
I have 15.
It's crystal.
Okay, so that is Miss Nura. Okay, between 10 and 15. 12.
And then we got the Merlin score.
What did you get?
Am I literally the only one left?
Yeah.
What did you get?
8.
Okay.
Cookie.
Thank you.
Oh god. I don't even have one yet.
Then have one.
Okay, so as you get within 10 feet of it, it actually does rear up and look like it's about to start attempting to, well, do something. First in the initiative is Christelle.
Let a woman chew
Swallow
and
like a good boy.
swallow.
Chocolatey.
So
fine.
between the others, you can just see this weird shape just moving, like oozing around, ready to do something.
Unfortunately, I'm really slow at reacting to this. Otherwise, I would be doing something right about now.
Yeah, well, you're not, so shh.
It's reared up. Almost everyone's gone, oh, and you've gone, oh.
900 ping.
Mm-hmm. Really bad connection around this area. We're underground.
Oh no.
Oh god.
I haven't even described it yet. How can you possibly be terrified of this?
Oh no, I just
reaching for a bomb.
Yeah.
Is he reaching for a bomb?
I am gonna cast Chill Touch.
Okay.
I am gonna use my feet, which allows me to make it a range spell rather than a touch spell. For an extra action. So for 3 actions, which is a somatic casting, a verbal casting, and
Another
then the
somatic.
somatic casting, I will cast Chill Touch. And it will be a flick of my finger and a...
Okay. So from behind you, you will hear what sounds like a kissing noise, and
I'm too oblivious. No, I don't.
Between the group, you feel a cold as something brushes past you.
Does 24 hit its touch AC?
24 will hit its touch AC.
Is it living?
Yes.
I hope so.
Okay, it takes 8 points of negative damage.
Mm-hmm.
And is enfeebled for 1 round.
Okay, it's enfeebled a mental.
No, I'm just going to check for you.
Yeah, is it a mental effect?
May as well carry on to the next person.
And there was no saving throw for that?
No, because it's range touch. Touch does not provide save.
Okay, so just for reference, if enfeebled is a mental effect, it doesn't work.
Okay.
Because it don't got no brain.
So Lunas.
Yep.
So from behind you, there's been this cold feeling go past you, and you've seen something freeze part of the ooze as it sort of shivers as this cold thing hits it.
It's not a mental effect, it's a physical weakening effect.
Physical weakening? Okay.
And it's enfeebled 1, so it takes a -1 on attack rolls, damage rolls, and strength-based saves.
Okay, no worries. Thank you very much.
What you doing?
So, what are you trying to
not
do?
managed to stealth that well. Try to stealth and it was only 11.
Okay. So you take an action to try to be quiet and sneaky.
Yep.
You move behind my giant club.
I don't know if you were here for the discussion, Leon. It is still important that you let casters know rolls, because there's now something called fail. So there's fail, succeed, and then there's critical, succeed, and critical fail.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what you get, so for example, if the DC to do a stealth check was 10, but you rolled a 1 and you got like a critical fail, he needs to know the
Gotcha.
effects.
But obviously, if something works out 10 higher or 10 lower or above, then that's also
A critical success or a critical failure.
Yeah, it's
So-
just for going forward.
From what you can see, it seems to be most focused on the 2 things closest to you, so it doesn't appear to be paying attention to you at the moment.
Excellent.
hide in the corner of the circular room.
Okay, so that's a stride action. So that is your
actions.
second of 3 actions.
Sneak.
Yep, fine. So roll your attack.
Wow.
So that's 24 to hit.
That will hit.
What's his AC? Or does he go over 10 over?
Oh, in fact, he does, as you would have done as well. However, it is immune to critical hits. So unfortunately, you cannot crit it.
Yeah, but he
The
might
more
have,
we learn.
but he might have a condition that allows him to. Like
Oh, yeah.
mine allows me to enfeeble it. if I
Yeah,
can
yeah, no, of
succeed.
course.
So that's.
Gonna make the ooze bleed.
15 points damage?
15, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not right.
2 dice
14.
plus strength.
Yeah, 14 points damage.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
Miss Nura.
Does it matter about the type of damage? So like it's piercing, slashing, blunt, whatever.
Oh, piercing, by the way.
Necromantic cold and
Oh, yeah.
lovely and sunshine.
No, I'm just wondering if we should be stating that or not.
Yep, as and when it comes up, make sure you let me know. As and when it comes up, I will inform you.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm going to take a 5-foot step forward.
Okay, so that's 1 action.
So
Because a 5-foot step is actually a full action.
No, I want to do 5-foot step.
Yep.
I raise my shield. And my last
Mhm.
one is to aid an ally should should it attack within my reach.
Okay, awesome. Wazamu.
I feel something's
Oh, no.
about to go boom.
No.
and I'm still stood there like. Eh?
So first thing I do is reach into one of my belt pouches and bring out a small vial.
Okay, yeah.
The second thing I do is walk forward,
Uh,
to behind Lucy's character,
Okay.
and then I'm going to lean forward and go, "I want some of it."
I can't deny your request, friend. Whatever I can do to please you.
I want it.
Okay, Are you doing
That's all
anything
I
else? Okay. So, the ooze.
Aww. Even the ooze goes before me.
Yeah.
Everything
Everything
does.
goes for you.
Hey!
So,
Stereo burn.
the ooze unleashes a filth wave.
Yeah.
So it unleashes a wave of filth and slime, hitting all creatures within a 20-foot aura.
Oh
If you have any poo, fling it down. Right, time to write shit down.
Can you make me a reflex save, please?
Huh.
So everybody within 20 feet. That's everyone except.
Yes.
Ha! Spotty
Awesome.
those.
Can I dodge into it?
Yeah, you literally can.
No, wait. My reflex is 1. I rolled a 2. Reflex of 3.
Okay.
And 12
Oh no, we can use this as like I'm literally starting to get ready, so I'm just like I just go. What weapon?
For crit, is it more than 10 or 10 or more?
I really
10.
hope the shield comes
10
up
or more.
on my face.
Okay, that's fine because that is important. So, those of you who failed, which is everyone except Lunas.
Where's the song?
Woo!
Okay, you're lucky. Those of you who failed each take 1 point of acid damage,
Ow.
and you are hampered by 10 feet for a minute.
Hampered.
Wait.
Yep, so your
You literally get hit by 10 feet.
of hampers. So you are unable to use 10 feet of your total movement for the next 60 seconds. So as it's getting, the cold hits it and freezes it a little bit. You stab it from the side. It rears up and just puffs itself out, and just filth goes everywhere. You manage to step past between some of the splashes and completely avoid everything.
Lolo.
So it's hampered 10, and do you take any damage?
Yeah, 1 point of acid damage. And those of you who critically failed, which is to say anyone who got 5 or less on their save,
Oh, fuck it out.
fall prone.
Okay. Okay. Everybody do the flop.
There you go.
On the dwarf.
Oh, and
For reference, this is physical muck that is hampering your movement.
I barely
So
passed that.
currently
Oh, so
you
you
are
go
covered
for it
in
as well, don't you?
spraying
Yeah, that's me.
vile and disgusting slime. It is slime that you could physically remove from yourself with a interact action, which would reduce the hampered by 5 feet per interact. For reference. So that is one of its actions. At which point, as the last person who physically made an attack against it, it turns to you,
Smack.
Oh.
and it is going to attempt to attack you.
Fuck up
So
your
it's sort
shit.
It's as you can see on that, it's like currently there's just this little thing, and it flicks it forwards to try and slap you with it.
Okay.
You were going to be slapped in the face with a ball on a string.
Does an 11 hit you?
Good God, no.
Okay. It will then attempt a further attack under the multi-attack rules, which means it's -5 to the attack, but with all other modifiers as usual. And that won't hit either.
Okay.
So it
Flails
darts
in your
forward,
direction.
at which point you just nimbly move out of the way, and then it darts forward again, at which point you again step out of the way.
No, stop it.
At which point it is Merlan's turn.
Hooray!
Stab him!
So stabbing.
Takes a step forward, falls on his face.
Yep. So you are currently prone.
I'm prone.
Oh,
I got 6.
oh,
on
you
mine.
okay? No, you are prone. You are just
about
hampered.
made it.
Sorry, I apologise.
Yes, I was like, yeah.
Okay, are you actually taking an action to get some of the slime off you then?
Well, it only slows me down by 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
And you've only got to move 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yep.
So no,
That's fine.
I'm going to stay covered in filth.
No worries.
Now I didn't. I think it is just a free action, but I'm going to get angry, just a little angry.
Yep.
Well, you are little, so it is a little angry.
Just
Short fuse.
That makes me mad.
Okay.
And I draw my, my great club, because it is a great club, but it's bigger than a great club, so it's a great club.
Rage is one.
Try and
action.
say that 10 times.
Oh, is it
fast.
one action?
Okay. Yep.
And
so
is- so
rage is
is
one of
dra-
your actions.
So is drawing a weapon an action?
Yep.
Unless you have quick draw.
Fuck.
Because you would be aware of your ranges, I would allow you, if you wanted to instead use it, you could use your horse chopper, because I know.
Okay, in that case, yeah, I'll use the horse chopper. That's fine. Because I didn't realise that drawing weapon was going to be an action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, horse chopper it is. And I'm going to attack it.
That's 3.
Yep, so the goblin starts frothing at the mouth. Just disgusting white foam.
Bring me
appearing in
down.
his mouth.
Oh, I don't see any of this.
Ooh.
It still looks beautiful to me from behind.
You're just staring at that tushy, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh no, wrong spell!
so 18 to hit it.
Yep, that hits.
Hooray!
If there are any critical effects that you gain from it, yes, but otherwise it's immune to the actual critical hits.
But otherwise, yes, it does have a reach of 10 foot.
For reference, it actually only has an AC of 5.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, it's a
have
shame
to-
that it doesn't take crit hits.
So I have to not fail.
10 points of. We'll go slashing damage.
Okay. So you
As I
slash
literally just
across.
go.
So you slash across, and it cleaves through the ooze. And even though it's sort of a amorphous liquid type thing, it still almost finds purchase as you're swinging. And it does feel like you're cutting something, even though it is still a liquid. And it sort of
Resistance.
rears back a little bit in its gloopy form.
So you feel resistance on your way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Back round to Christelle. New initiative round.
I will give a little chuckle and a wink and a flick of my wrist and blow another kiss at it.
Fine.
Something tells me that is a cantrip.
Touch AC 13.
Yes, that will hit.
And this thing has got more
5
points
damage.
than I was expecting.
5 damage. Okay. And that is your whole action, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all 3 of my actions.
Okay. So Lunas. So
I believe
another.
it's no longer enfeebled.
Okay, that's fine. So another little blast of cold hits it in the side, freezing a lot of it, and it's really starting to slow down, and it's
Okay, yeah.
a lot lower to the ground now.
Awesome. So with the multi attacks, can I basically just use all my actions to try and hit it?
Yes, each time that you do a subsequent attack, it's
Yeah.
a -5.
Cool.
So your first one is standard,
Yep.
then -5,
Yep.
and then any attack after that and subsequent is -10.
Cool.
It won't go more than -10.
Okay, well that one is a 7 to hit.
Yep, that will hit.
That's a
Yes, that will hit.
18.
Unfortunately, no
And
crits,
then
but
third one doesn't.
Okay.
you're tired by the third one.
So that's 10 damage on the first one.
Fuck, what are you killing it with?
I'm using a rapier with finesse and dex.
Oh, right, okay.
And 7 damage on the second attack.
Okay, so as the cold hits it and it starts to slow down, you jump forwards, and then you have 3 quick thrusts. The first 2 catch it straight in the largest part of the little head piece, that is the best way you could describe it.
Yep.
First 2 catch it square in there. After the first one, it is dead. The second one, you catch it as it's falling, and then the third one, it just... As you've gone to the third one in the same place, it's already fallen enough that you miss on the third one, and it just falls into its little blobby pile.
Huh? Oh, I killed it already.
Yep, so you are now out of initiative.
I wipe off my blade.
Ooze is dead.
Okay. First thing I do.
I wipe off my blade.
So you're starting to take time to get rid of the
I'm putting
ooze
it in a
off yourself.
vial. I don't care that I'm taking it off myself. I'm putting it in a vial.
Yep, fine. So the stuff that's on you isn't part of the creature itself.
Oh, I know.
That's
It's hurting.
literally
This
sewer,
could be
disgusting
useful.
ooze. That's fine. But yeah, it's disgusting sewer ooze and filth from around the place.
As I start hitting the ground where it was stood.
Calm down, buddy.
So I grab another vial.
Smash! Smash!
Sun's getting real low, little guy.
Shuffle forward and scoop up some ooze.
Okay.
And, give it a few more seconds and...
Sun's getting real low, little guy.
So you have a vial of sewer ooze, or dead sewer ooze specifically.
I'm tired.
You did good, kid.
Okay.
And... not tired anymore.
So, so when you look around, There is.
Spotless, filthy,
Sorry,
filthy,
thank you,
filthy.
appreciate that. So, yeah, so when you look around, there is a way forwards, a couple of steps up, and it leads into a thin passageway. This passageway, as it appears, is only wide enough to go one at a time. So you will have to go in a line.
Let's move on.
Right.
I literally push him forward.
As you're walking past me, you can see me start to take my backpack off.
Don't care.
Oh, no. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
So I'm presuming you're going to be after me then, Lily?
I think she's at the back.
Okay. I'm going to leave.
I'm going to be after you.
Okay. Please don't be after me.
Look at that
Yeah, so as you're walking past, you literally see me open up this
I'm going to start buffing his leather
thing
pants
full
and
of
butt
vials and
Me
loads
too.
and loads of vials.
Hashtag me too.
cheek. Me too.
So, the smell of the sewer is still pretty fresh here. It's not enough to be making you feel ill or wretched or anything, but it's still pretty damn fresh. The disgusting stuff that was on you is fairly pungent. You can smell, even though he mentioned that it was a few years back, you can smell a lot of stuff that just smells burnt.
I'm guessing like the smell of ash and...
So feel free to keep moving yourselves forward.
I'm going to spray his perfume.
Man, move us forward.
Yeah, keep moving yourselves forward.
Okay.
Move the conga line of death.
Give me a second.
Motivate us.
Don't put me after you guys yet.
Okay.
I'm still in there.
Okay.
I'm going to make an assumption.
Chap thighs.
Yep, I'm going to make an ass out of you and me.
Where's the terrorist?
I'm going to assume, by the sounds of it, that you're not actually being stealthy.
I can't.
No.
That's fine.
Unless
you
the
can-
gunk
You can
has,
always try.
silenced the armour.
Oh yeah, I could, but I'm not going to bother.
Stealth of 11.
Okay, same as before.
Yeah. Stupid consistent dice.
So, you are not being stealthy. So, as you start to come to this, the walls of this long chamber are scorched dark, and the thick layers of soot crusting to the above ceiling attest to the tremendous fire that must have raged through this room in the past. Burial niches in the walls and the row of central pillars contain only fragments of burnt wood and charred bone.
Metal.
I can't see this yet anyway.
So, you are aware, because you have been here previously, you are aware that this room has kind of been used a bit like a common room of sorts. The burial niches in the walls and in the pillars and things, they kind of use like what you'd refer to as bed holes.
Oh, okay.
So the burial niche is full of like the ashes and bones and things. That's where a lot of the mud chewers would sleep.
Okay. Yeah, it's like. It's like. Oh yeah. This room here. This will be where we go sleepy boys.
Ooh, lots of beds.
What's your obsession with sleeping?
I'm not explaining to a goblin.
Stubborn. Is it likely that your brethren will be around here then?
Everybody roll with perception, except for you, obviously, because you're still better.
Yup.
See, I roll well at the shit things. 19.
14.
Okay.
7. Is it likely your brethren are around here?
Anyone who got above 10
Hello.
can hear what sounds like a little bit of sort of chittering. You know for a fact that you can hear goblins.
Yeah, it's like. Yeah.
Yep, they're here.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
very, very
slide my
likely.
arm up the elf's inner thigh and grip hard as I get scared by the chittering noise.
Oh no.
Is it likely that they're around here then?
Yeah,
Please
they're
get
in
the
there.
whore off me.
Excuse me. Don't use such arbitrary term. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It's alright. I've been
But-
called worse.
But it's
cheaper.
fine. So I'm literally just going to walk out.
Yeah?
Yes, man.
So because of that perception check, would I have been able to see
Okay,
anything?
so I'll let you go off that as well because it's not. So, as you step round, currently you can currently see 2 goblins. You can see sort of one at the edge here and one there. But by the sounds of it, you reckon it's about 4.
Is that a
Cough. So currently only 4 goblins are found in this chamber. The goblins are gathered, and they appear, from what you can see around the edge, they appear to be building some kind of statue out of garbage, mud, twine, bits of wood. And they're all sort of chittering. It's like, it's going really well. And they don't seem perturbed by the fact that this haphazard construction keeps collapsing under its own weight. Every time they put a few too many things in, it just collapses again. And they don't seem bothered. They're still like really happy with the progress. And yeah, and it from what you can guess, because a few of the goblins were sort of relatively loyal to Dracus, I think it might be some kind of effigy of him.
Nah. So I think the ones that are left, loyal. Well, still loyal to him.
Who knew goblins?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them it would be loyalty through fear, but still.
Do I? From here, can I recognise any of them? Like, would I know? Would I know? Any of them by name, or can I not tell from this distance?
There's Slashing. There's Macing.
You didn't know
build it.
You didn't know every single one of the other mud chewers. Like you spent time with your little personal group more. Like you, Talga, a couple of the other ones that all died with your little group when you were raiding Calorie's Vault.
Stabbing. All my friends are dead.
Yeah. So these ones particularly, you don't know them by name. You recognise like that one because you can see him a bit clearer. You recognise him from seeing him around, but you don't know him personally.
Fuck it, he's going to be build it.
Alan.
Are we in an initiative order currently?
No.
Currently, no. They don't appear to have noticed just yet.
Can you move it forward, please?
Yes.
Are we staying back here?
I'm going to redo my
So there's
stealth roll.
somewhere nearby.
But get negative because she's still on my leg.
Okay, I start walking toward them.
Yeah, so in that case, dinner. I'll move.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so as you walk into the room, again, you're not being stealthy.
Nope.
What kind of armour is it you're wearing?
Chamber. It's noisy.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the chinking and the clinking of the armour, the goblins, they hear it, and they turn around. It's like, so Longshanks! Woo, 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 woo! And they start charging at you. Everybody roll initiative.
Ah, fuck bollocks!
Just
Not
before the
how I
initiative,
want
I rolled my stealth 21.
I saw the previous roll that you made.
That was I've gotten off of her since and moved off because she was still hanging on to my leg.
Okay, in that case, I will allow that.
She has a name.
What's it based off saying?
It will be perception for you guys. For you, it will be stealth for your initiative.
Damn it! Because I was literally going to say
based
something.
off perception because there's not really a lot else going on for you.
Yep.
But again,
Cool, maybe I can go
you'll do
first
it
this
correctly.
time. You're actually going to be ahead of me, that's for sure.
Please be first. Please be first. Please be first.
Oh, really high.
Okay. So, anyone above 20?
Yes.
Damn it!
23.
Awesome. So Miss Nura is first. Between the 15 and 20.
19.
17.
Okay. So we have
Second.
and then Christelle. Okay. Between 10 and 15.
13.
Okay, so 13 is Luna's.
What did you get? 6. Hey, that was
Okay, what is your dexterity, please?
Let me figure out what I'm looking at. Where am I looking? What am I doing?
Bottom left of the character sheet.
Thank you. Score 12.
Okay, yep, that's fine. So they go there. So we'll go 2, 3, 4. And then we have Wazoo down there. Unawares.
I am busy
So,
categorizing.
they've started hooping, wooting, and making various sort of strange, goblin-y, battle-y cries. And they're all brandishing. They're all brandishing little sort of curved-tip knife things. They're a little bit. They look a little bit makeshift, a bit vicious,
A bit crap.
a bit dog slicery as far as you're concerned.
Oh yeah.
A bit Merlin.
It's fine. I'm familiar with them.
You are familiar with them. So, Miss Nura, you are first.
How do words work in this one? The last one, you were allowed 15 words.
Okay.
Which counts as a free action.
So,
I remember reading
it's
that.
essentially a don't take the piss scenario. It's a sentence or two, depending on the length of the sentence. You can't have a sentence that's just commas after commas after commas to make a really long one. It's a reasonable sentence or two per action.
Whatever you can say in about 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Are we counting Mississippi?
What?
Are we counting Mississippi? It's very important.
I think you mean Mississippi.
Mississippi.
No, Mississippi.
Halt,
Okay.
young goblins! I do not wish to harm you. Surrender, and you will live.
That was less than 6 seconds.
Okay.
I am also, because Merlin's character is next to me, going to grant him protection.
Oh, okay. So, because obviously I don't know everything in the game yet, because it's still playtest and learning, what does protection do?
So I choose chaotic, evil, good, or lawful when I cast a spell. The target gains a +1 conditional bonus to their armor class against attacks by creatures that chose an alignment, no matter what their alignment of the spell they cast is. It's the alignment of the creature itself.
Mm-hmm.
And on saving throws against you, you get it for, so you get +1 for your armor bonus, and any saving throws against any effects created by the creature.
Okay. What alignment are you stating?
Chaos. I don't know what goblins are. So good luck. Fairly well. So there's not like a detect alignment anymore. So
Okay, so you're going for the chaotic.
Yep.
That's fine. So yes, for
And
this encounter, please add the +1 to your AC.
Cool. I made a note of that. No.
It's 1 minute. I'm guessing that's around.
So each round is functionally 6 seconds.
So this lasts a minute, man.
So you got 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Ah,
Nice.
Enjoy.
nice. Yay.
Okay, so you've used one action to try and shout them down. Was it one action for protect, or is that 2?
It's 1 for protection. 1, I raise my shield.
Okay, so you're raising your shield. Okay,
I
so
raise
for-
my shield!
4, you're calling out to them. You can either roll a diplomacy or an intimidation.
I'm a diplomacy because that's a 2. My intimidation is 0.
Okay.
Let's try. 11.
Okay. So you shout at them, and you're not sure whether it's because they can't hear you over the whooping, hooting, and general rabble of them, or they don't care. You're not really sure, but they don't appear to have been really swayed by your words.
Well, fuck 'em.
Stab him.
Right. Yeah, it's like. Allow me.
Okay, so for the purposes of diagonal movement in this one, every other diagonal movement is 10 foot, but your first one is 5. So it goes 5 diagonal, 10 diagonal, 5 diagonal, 10 diagonal.
So yeah,
In that fashion.
that's fine.
So that's only 5 foot at the moment, so that's fine.
Right. Yeah. So I will say what I'm going to say, and then I will roll. See how they do it.
Okay.
Or do you want me to roll first?
What is it you were attempting?
I'm going to attempt a diplomacy to diplome with my brethren.
Oh, good God.
Are
Okay.
you using goblin?
Yes, I will say it in Goblin.
Because you are aware of your own culture. You know that a lot of the time the boss is always the biggest, hardest, scariest one.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
intimidation
Don't
is also
intimidate.
an option.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
No, I was going to let them all diplome with them.
And
Yeah,
then
that's
you
the
were
point.
going to go, Oi!
Yeah, no, actually, no, it's a better idea. Intimidation it is.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, so in Goblin,
be
it's like,
something
my
that comes up?
brethren! Yeah, it's like, we will not stand for Dracus and his shit! Join me and the Longshanks to kill him! Don't listen to him!
Okay.
12.
Okay. So,
You're scary, just not as scary.
okay, you will get their retort in a minute.
Okay.
So you made a 5 foot step action, you attempted an intimidate, you still have 1 action.
I will.
Raise your boot.
I will draw my great club for added effect.
Okay.
Ah.
Probably fills the cave.
I've still got that. Let's not my sword out.
Okay, suddenly you can't see.
So, that is your turn. Christelle.
Oh yeah, I don't know who understood
Do
Goblin.
you make any effort to stop Christelle moving past you?
Nope.
Yeah, so that's fine.
Stay away from me.
I'm going to get an intimidate check of 21. I said shut up and sit down! Love you.
Okay. So the one that can actually completely sort of see that direction. In fact, I'll make a full perception for that. Okay, so they can't properly see you, but that one actually sits down. Like.
Wait, do you sit down?
The other ones have definitely heard you, but you're not really sure what they're doing because you can't properly see them from there.
Yeah, good enough.
Yeah. Do you sit down? Are you afraid?
No.
Really?
Okay, so you've done a move and you've done intimidate. You have one more action.
That's it.
Okay.
That's my last action.
No worries then. So Lunas.
I'm currently sat all alone in the previous game, trying to
I
categorize
take
where to
it
put
you
this
don't make
thing.
any effort to stop him going past either.
Except for dragging my hand over his leather chaps.
That's fine. You can perv as much as you want. No worries. Okay, I do need to know the exact squares because it is relevant for movement purposes.
Yeah.
So
How many was that?
are you going straight across or are you actually going at diagonal then
Straight
coming back?
across.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. So that's 4 there, yeah?
That's your max.
No,
nope.
his is 6 because he is an elf.
Yeah.
So you still have 2 more squares of movement if you would like to during this movement action.
Yeah.
Weird.
I'll probably
Stride action.
Yeah, I'll probably use another action to move up some more if I can. So.
But yeah, so because you still have the 2 for free there. So okay, so that will be 2. That will be a 5-foot step as well as your stride.
Yeah.
With the amount you moved there.
Okay, and then last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What?
Okay, yeah. Because
Moving multiple times.
Yeah,
Multiple actions to move.
he can make multiple movements.
Oh, yeah.
Every action is a movement if he wishes.
So
Yeah, no, sorry, I
because of
forgot
your stealth before, it hasn't noticed you. The one that you could clearly see over here was sort of like this, confused at the scary voice that it's heard. it's like because it can't directly see them yet, but at the instruction of the others, they've gotten their weapons ready and they look like they're about to start moving.
Good.
So now it's the goblin's turn. So for the first one, let's see. Okay, so he sort of shakes himself off and stands up as one action. He's sort of thrown off the sort of scariness of that other voice, so remembering how scary that he believes Drax to be. And then he will start moving forwards. So the next one along, taking his cues. 4, 5, 1, 2. No, 1, 2, 3. So with his last action, he'll go, "The boss is still bigger than you!" And he will attempt to attack you. Bitch! I'm going to make an assumption that a 9 does not hit you.
Nope.
Okay, so that one is stopped. So 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go there with that one. So that one's going to go and attempt to attack Lucy.
Shield block.
I was going to say, does a 9 actually hit your AC?
No.
Okay, so you don't need to use the shield block action if an attack doesn't hit you.
Okay.
Shield block is a reaction to an attack hitting you.
Okay.
So if it beats your AC, then you can use your shield block reaction.
It's a miss. I'm going to block it anyway. As yours said.
Okay, so the next one is then going to attempt to attack you with another at you. Does a
Say no.
Fight the power.
does a 16 hit you?
Yes, it does, even with the +1.
Okay. So
I don't have much. Oh wait, and yeah, I'm -1 again because I've got my great club out. So yeah, so that kind of negates that. So no.
So it tries to slash at you with its dog slicer, and it succeeds on that one for 4 points of slashing damage.
Bitch.
Ooh, you little bitch.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, you're gonna die first.
And Wazamu. So even from where you are now sort of hearing that and the shout of what was it? Sorry, that you shouted, Christelle?
Shut up and sit down!
Yeah. So you've heard a slightly muffled shut up and sit down and some this kind of sort of stuff.
Now, do I put the mandrake next to the ooze, or do I put the?
Oh yeah, and you're still back here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or do I put the ooze?
Days later.
I did say ages ago, let's be
Okay.
like a terrorist.
Okay, so that one goes there.
For mechanical reference,
Yeah.
are you doing any of your actions
Basically,
to do anything other than play the stuff that you've got?
basically, the first 2 actions is me figuring out where I'm putting shit and putting them in the right shit. Then my third action is closing it up and putting it in the bag.
Okay. I would actually say, for the purpose of your closing it up and putting it back, you can probably consider that 2 actions worth of what you're kind of doing.
Yeah.
So you will still have 1 of your 3 actions.
Okay. Then I will start moseying.
Okay. And whatever your move is, you can move that many.
My move is 25.
Okay. As you come along, you're sort of hearing more of that bit louder. The goblins are very unsubtle. Back to the top of the initiative order. Miss Nura, you've just had a goblin who's failed miserably to get his strange, crude knife into you. Goblins are like,
I'm gonna stab her first.
I gave you a chance. Now I'm gonna swing to hit.
okay. Make an attack roll.
17.
17 will hit.
Uh, 8 damage.
8 damage.
8 bludgeoning. It also has shove as a trait.
Sorry, how's what a trait?
Shove. I believe that's a 5-foot square knockback, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you have to do. I think you have to declare it as a specific attack because you shove with the weapon.
You can use this weapon to shove with the athletics skill, even if you don't have a free hand. This uses the weapon's reach in different from your own, and adds the weapon's item bonus to attack rolls, if any, as a bonus to the athletics check. If you critically fail a check to shove using the weapon, you can drop the weapon to treat the outcome as a normal failure.
Okay.
Okay. So the little goblins come round and they try to slash you. It's completely misjudged its distances, the length of its knife, and you turned around and clubbed it with your hammer.
It's a warhammer.
Warhammer. So you've clubbed it with your warhammer and you've caved the side of its head in, and it lets out a sort of and it falls dead at your feet.
Yeah, okay.
That is 1 action.
Can I attack in a diagonal?
You can, yes.
Okay, I'll go for that.
Okay, so if you make your next attack, this one is at a -5 as a multi-attack.
Oh, you're gonna steal my kill.
No. -2.
No, and that will be a critical.
Oh, -5. Oh, 0.
That will still be a critical fail.
Okay.
So let's have a quick look at critical fails in the book.
It's not me.
There's still time.
I know there's still time, but it's not me first. Oh wait, no. This is so I get to see what to look forward to.
Yes, I thought it'd be an example for you.
Yeah.
Shove is 1 action, and you attempt an athletics check against the opponent's fortitude DC.
Okay, that's cool. Good to know for later reference.
And how far does it shove them back?
5 foot.
Oh, it is 5 foot.
I
Okay.
did remember this.
There was some more, but he asked for the book.
Ah,
That's fine.
there is more.
There's always more.
Apologies, just finding out what happens when you critically fail an attack.
Yeah, I mean, I could take my 2 hero points and re-roll my 20, but I want to know what happens when you critically fail.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and so to be fair, it might be worth saving.
I'm saving them.
Saving up something bigger anyway.
Like
so.
I said, it'll be good to know for when we have to deal with it.
Yeah.
A lot.
I said nothing.
No, because you were thinking what I said.
Facts. That's you.
Apologies.
So, yes, so we're having to find out what happens with critical fail attack rolls. I know with spells, they've got what happens on a critical failure, a normal failure, and a success. And obviously, critical success is effectively, on spells, I know it's like double damage, or isn't it double the amount of time for the effect, or something like that?
It usually depends. A lot of them do have a change dependent.
I'm guessing rapiers don't have a range.
What? What have I done?
You know what you've done.
I don't know what I've done.
You will know what you've done.
No.
Okay, I can't immediately see anything that actually tells you what happens if you make a critical fail.
Oh.
There's more things telling you about critical successes. So,
Yes!
No.
What?
I was replying to the comment.
What's the
Because,
What?
Yes!
because you said it in the first place.
Yep.
I hate that so much.
My best guess is that you
Don't.
drop your weapon. Because a normal fail would be a miss. Obviously.
No.
So yeah, so what I will say is doesn't specify. If there is no failure effect listed, the ability for abilities or spells, no effect. Fail roll 1, natural 1, or fail, result of DC minus 10, you critically fail, so just failing, critical fail, so fumble. Let's see if it lists it as fumble. Again.
Yeah, it could be that actually.
Yep, again, it's all good to know.
Thank you for the time update, Louis Man.
Fumble, see critical failure. Helpful. So, it states that there's no effect in abilities and spells. What I will say, for the purpose of it being a critical failure, as you try to hit it, with the goblin's sort of natural dexterity, its armour and everything, as you try to hit it, you actually catch the edge of that hammer on its armour plate. But as you try to twist your arm to flick it away again, you actually let go of the weapon and drop it.
Okay. Let's have a look. In the book, it's got like what happens if you like critically fail on a fireball spell.
Yeah, but they will have specific descriptions. That next to
Yeah.
the strike action, there is no specific description for failure or critical failure.
Yeah. So for the time being, because we didn't have a particularly good point to go off of, I'm just saying that you dropped the weapon.
Okay, that's fine.
You can spend an interact action to pick it back up.
I have one action left. I can use an interact to pick it up.
Okay. So you pick the weapon back up, and that is your 3 actions. Da, 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 da. Okay. So next is stabbing.
Cool. So the
It's
one,
ironically going to club him.
yeah. So I've got my, my gigantic club, and looking at this one, and just be like,
Shall I remove this one now? It's mush.
Oh yes, sorry, apologies.
yeah, look at that one, and just go, I take lots of pleasure in this. Ah! Squish.
Yep. So taking an action to rage.
Yeah, take an action to rage, and then hit him.
Okay, go for it.
So it's a -1 because of the big weapon.
Okay.
And yeah, that's all the minuses I get. Oh yeah, I've already taken the -1 into consideration. Yeah.
Well done.
So what happens when you critically fail?
We did
It's
say
also-
we'd need it for you.
It's a campaign.
Right. For yours, because of the thematics of it, I want you to make me a reflex save.
Wax on the
So I think
ceiling and
it's
drops
like
on your head.
Yeah.
No,
Because it's such a
basically,
big club
he
and you
goes-
have to properly rear it above your head to get the swing, as you're going, you knock it on the wall behind you, completely misjudging your distance. Your arms keep going, the weapon doesn't. But because it's such a massive club, I need you to roll me a reflex.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're getting squished by your own weapon.
Oh,
Shammy
That
twat.
was so
Saved by the map.
Saved by the
18.
map.
Okay, so
Something like
you
this.
come up and you hit the wall, and your arms have kept going. And as you're aware of that, you've gone, "Rah!" and the club has clunked on the floor behind you with an odd rumble.
Yeah.
No, he's still in the same square.
Oh, okay.
He is still in the same square, but he's managed to avoid that entirely, without too much issue there.
Yeah. Well, because I'm raging, I'm going to pretty much ignore the fact that I've, not got my club in my hand. So, let's give this athletics a go. I'm going to deck him.
Oh, God.
Okay, so you're going to try and knock him prone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on. What's that?
So I was just looking up at critical fumble and critical success because basically there's different blogs out about it. So they're saying the difference now is basically if you fail, you have the chance where you can make a save to try and stop the effect from happening. And a critical fumble, any attack roll of a 1 is a critical fumble and does any of the following. Complete miss, fumbler's movements puts them off balance and they take a -1 penalty to their armor class for the next round. Fumbler's movements put them severely off balance, they lose dexterity, shield and dodge bonuses to AC. A critical fumble should in fact automatically encumber them or make them at a disadvantage for the rest of the round with critical fail. It's a suggestion it has on the block. And then it has just like a list of shit on there that you can use.
Okay, I think that was definitely appropriate for yours, especially given the size of that club.
Yeah, I just got it helpful later already.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Because you made the save pretty well there, that's fine. So we are happy that you are still able to make another action. So you are attempting the athletics now.
Yes.
Yep, so if you could attempt that for me, please.
It's not bad.
Check.
15.
15. So I just want to very quickly check for the athletics.
Yeah, because obviously they've changed the way that like CMB and CMD works. It's all under athletics. I'm hoping that I can at least do something. It's like,
No.
Okay.
You're taking up too much of my value time now.
too much of your value time.
Well, her value time, she gets paid.
Okay, yep. So that will knock him prone.
Hey!
So this one is currently prone. And that is your 3 actions.
Yeah.
So, as you come around, he's caught you in the side. You've gone, ah! Miss, clubs, and you've just slammed him onto the ground. Christelle.
Touch AC 15.
Yes.
I presume that's not a critical success.
No.
9 points of cold icy damage as I blow a
On
kiss.
which one?
This one.
This one. Okay.
Is it alive or dead?
It is dead. So,
It's him transmitting from
So, you kiss forward your blow of cold, past your back and across your shoulder. You feel the cold as it hits it. It freezes up, and then falls and shatters on the ground.
Like the little bitch that it is.
So that's your 3 actions to do at range.
Yep.
Okay, Lunas. None of them have seen you.
Just saying, look how fast that was. Look how fast that was. That was action economy. That was all 3 actions done.
Yeah.
19 to
It's a
hit.
spell.
I'll do one attack. I'll do attack separately in case if he hurts. 11 damage.
Okay, yeah. So that one has been. Yep, it is dead. So that one has been moving forwards, and it stopped because it, had to get up first. And as it's come forwards, as it's stepped out, you've taken your rapier and gone straight through its neck, and it's there going.
I told you to sit down. And
And as you pull the rapier out, it crumples onto the ground. Okay, so that is.
You're going to leave your letter.
Okay, so that was a 5-foot step to get across. That was also an attack then to kill it.
Yep.
You have one more action.
Go flank, go flank, go flank, go
Bard.
flank, go flank.
Go
You
flank.
have a diagonal at 5 movement at the moment because it's a new round.
25.
Okay, you do now have flanking bonuses. So, it is the last goblin's turn. It uses an action to stand up.
Everyone get attacks of. Oh,
No.
It doesn't
No.
look like that in this.
It hasn't seen you, but it knows that he has knocked it prone. So he's going to go, yeah! For trackers!
Okay.
Does a 21 hit you?
Yes.
What is your
Stab him.
AC at the moment?
Currently, no, hang on. The +1
Yeah,
gets the
stab
-1 from the raging.
So
And,
yeah,
I don't have the
wanna be
additional one
stabbed
because
by
I've
him.
got the club in my hand anymore.
Correct.
So, yeah, it's just 14.
Okay, that's fine. So that is not a crit. That is 2 points of damage you take.
Yeah, well.
And I
Right,
believe
your actions.
I believe the shove requires one
action.
The one free hand. Oh, that should be a trip for this specific one. I believe
Ooh, he's going to try and trick me.
Under athletics.
if he is able to do it. So I just want to very quick check what the requirement.
There we go. Goblin on goblin wrestling.
Wrestling.
actually looks pretty
Yeah, so I've dropped the club, so I've just done basically like the big show on him.
1 hand free cannot be too small than 2 sizes larger. So he's going to attempt to then knock you on your ass.
And this is versus
Oh,
my
it's pretty
class DC, isn't it?
It
Everyone's
is
a
a
fucking critic.
it is against a reflex.
criticism.
Oh, okay.
So functionally the same thing, but change your key. Make sure your key is Dex instead.
Okay,
Yeah.
Pin
Or,
bars.
well, actually, technically, it's your athletics.
Oh, so do I need to roll athletics then?
I
No,
have
no.
really
So the reflex
complicated
now
notes,
is
and I've
whatever
got
your
to-
class DC would be, but replace key for athletics.
Oh, okay.
Protect standing.
So you don't roll.
Oh, yeah, so. Yes, I know what it is.
I attempt. Does a 13 beat it?
On the nose.
On the nose, you say?
Yeah, on the nose, because
Sure.
it's because my key is my dex is 2, so,
So-
that goes down to 13.
But that's not athletics.
Either way.
Replace your key for athletics.
Oh, sorry. So I don't need to. Right, sorry. So
I'm afraid.
no, so no, that doesn't.
So it's not fine. So he attempts.
Orcs make beautiful
After
lovers.
slashing you, he attempts to hook his other
Wow,
arm under your
Christelle,
leg,
that's a good thing to
and you
know.
literally just lift your foot up, and he completely misses and goes yeah at you.
Quickly, Merlin, there's
Yes.
a comment on the thing for you, but the username scares me.
Oh yeah, orcs make beautiful lovers.
I already
Yes,
said-
hello.
I already said that Christelle needs to take note of this.
But yeah, are the bards still OP? And if so, good.
We don't actually know.
Yeah, no, because none of us have actually gender bard yet.
Yeah. So no
So-
one is currently playing one, and
Yeah,
we
so-
don't know.
Currently, James is researching it, so we'll wait for his answer.
We will let you know.
Please hold. Research happening.
I mean, other classes seem to be cool, so, but we'll get to that in a bit.
So Wazamu, it is your turn.
Using all 3 actions to get to there. Because there are diagonals in that tunnel.
The ones in the tunnel I'll say won't count because the
Okay.
tunnel is awkward
1, 2,
shapes.
3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 4, 5.
Yep.
Hello, I'm here.
So you have one more
You
action.
can't see me, thankfully.
What are you doing with your last action?
Uh-oh.
Well, I don't have goblin blood or ears yet. So I'm going to sit down on the floor.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why it's registered that as a link, but yeah. So is
Ears
it
of the
still
dead goblin.
Yeah,
Wobble's hand?
For some reason, it's
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
3.5-ish
So
was
you're,
the link.
you're interacting with the dead goblin.
Oh,
Okay, that's fine. So you use an
I'm
interact action.
because it's got a
sanguinating
full-
it and
it's got a full
removing
stop
its
in it.
ears.
That is fine. I have no issue with that.
So
you
now-
are taking goblin pieces.
Yes.
So she is interacting with the dead one next to Miss Nura.
Ah.
So back to the top, Miss Nura.
Before we do the next one, can we please have a cigarette break?
We have one
Well,
thing
yeah,
left.
we've got one left to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready? Ready? I'm gonna hit it.
Hey!
I'm gonna
Natural
say
20.
smush.
How do you want to kill it?
I'm gonna get it by the end of the chin and take its head off.
Because
Uppercut.
I'm pretty sure you're going to do enough damage to kill. What's your strength modifier?
Oh, first one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can kill it. Yeah. So, yeah. So, the last goblin, after it's tried to hook you and gone, "Ah!" Its head is just at the right angle, and Miss Nura swings up, catches underneath, and rips its head clean off.
You've got a head above your head.
There's a as it dies and its body slumps to the ground, then with a wet crack, its head hits the ground next to it.
Heads up.
Currently, you are now again out of initiative.
You said
No,
pun!
my character made a pun.
As a reaction, I'm going to kick his head.
Do you mean the head that's gone all the way over there and the body is next to you?
Oh no, the head's still next to it.
Yeah, because it went.
Because it's gone up and it's
Okay.
hit next to its body.
Yeah. Gonna kick the head.
Where are you aiming?
I'm
question.
not aiming. I'm literally just going at it and kicking it.
So is it going to hit him or is it going to hit me?
Hang on. Wherever this points. It's going that way.
Okay, that way.
Okay.
Cool.
It lands inside one of the little bed holes, as you refer to them.
Goal!
Thank
Get
you.
up.
And then just to add insult to injury, I'm going to pick up what's left of his carcass and throw it towards the wall. I have a strength with bonus of +3, so I'm pretty sure I can do that.
Make him stand up.
I'm going to stand up.
Let's do this.
I would say bards are about as useful as they were before.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
They do, however, have a better array of spells because they currently have the occult spell list. I don't know if I can handle that correctly. So they get their own spell list and they get the largest number of 10th level spells.
My apologies, guys. Everyone else is going out for a fag.
And I need a toilet break anyway.
Yep. So they're all going out to smoke and indulge in their habit. I am actually going to get Merlan at some point to try and figure out if he can do like a break video or something that we'll be able to do over the top of this, because I'm not very good at sitting here and just chatting at you people alone.
Yeah, I really should do
Because
something.
I quite literally get to sit here and stare at a screen, which doesn't really work very well, which I've started to find.
Yeah. Well,
And unfortunately, because this lot they need to have their cigarettes and things, because otherwise, a couple of them get a little bit ratty. Yeah, I'm gonna get Merlan to look into trying to do like a break video for when we're off on, cigarette smoking, toilet, blah blah blah.
yeah, no, that makes sense.
But
I'll have to
I
work
will
on
be
that.
here. Yep.
No, but yes, I will be back.
Yep, I will remain here. So if you've got any other questions and I can attempt to answer them for you, I will do my best. Otherwise, yeah, you've got my ugly mug to deal with. I'll just make sure. How about Q&A? Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? Who lives on Drury Lane? But yeah, no, if anyone does actually have any questions, please let me know. The Dark Knight Cassus is always happy to answer what he can. And I don't have to crane my neck to see the screen over there because I've got the chat up here as well, which is really helpful. Hopefully you guys think it's going alright so far. I'll be honest, I've been a bit nervous about DMing this one. I've actually never done a campaign out of a book like this before, so this is a first for me. What's the difference between the rogues in this edition to before? So a lot of differences now are more towards the fact that classes don't have just a list of abilities they get anymore. All of the classes are kind of now done off of a more sort of feat-based thing. Everything's done by feats. So where beforehand you will have had a different couple of archetypes in like the Advanced Player's Guide, for example, now you get feats specific to your class. A good example is trap finding as a rogue. You don't just get trap finding and replace it for an archetype. You get a list of first level feats that you can take. So at first level, you can pick one. Then when you get to third level, you could pick another one, for example. I don't know off the top of my head the exact, so I can go into it and have a look. But yeah, it does all the class abilities under feat listings. So I will go across to the rogue ones, so I can give you a couple of examples. So it's got first level, you've got your trap finder for a rogue. You're doing really well, bud. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Scorch. I say, yeah, it's not the first time I've DM'd. It's just the first time out of the book, first time doing this type of thing, and yeah, I'm trying to make sure it works for everyone. So yeah, so the first level rogue has his trap finding they can get. You get your bonuses to your perception finding for traps, and you get AC against traps and things. Alternatively, there's one called You're Next. So it's a reaction after killing a enemy. And after you down them, you can make an Intimidate with a +2 against a single other enemy that you can see, and you can demoralize them. If you're 10th level or higher, you can also use it as a free action with the same trigger, which is quite an interesting change. There's also Nimble Dodge, so you can use a reaction to gain +2 to your armor against that attack. Or you could take Bludgeoner, which means you can deal sneak attack damage with one-handed weapons of the club and mace groups, even if they don't have the agile or finesse traits. So normally, the sneak attacks, you deal additional damage to flat-footed creatures. If you strike a flat-footed creature with an agile or finesse melee weapon, an agile or finesse unarmed attack, or a ranged attack, you can deal 1d6 extra precision damage. For a ranged attack with a thrown weapon, it must also be agile or finesse. And obviously you get more as you level up. But the Bludgeoner allows you to do it with blunt weapons, essentially. So there's a couple of different ways you can take your rogue. So if you don't want to be that trap-based rogue and you want to be more about the kill, you can. Alternatively, if you're more about survival, you go down things like Nimble Dodge, and you can be more about the survival aspect of rogueness. And there's quite a few rogue feats and things. You get one at first level, you get one at second level, so it has second level rogue feats. Then it jumps up to level 4. Then you get another one at level 6. And at different levels you get like different levels of feat. And the higher you go, the better the feats are. A lot of the abilities also have requirements. So an ability might require you to do something or to have a particular trigger in the case of reactions. So yeah, off the bat it gives you a lot more flexibility to how you build your character or class. So you're not stuck to this is what you get, you pick feats. Well, stealing, anything added to that? We'll shove closer to you guys. Well, admittedly, it would be lovely if we could get you to play in, because I imagine you'd be great fun to play D&D, Pathfinder and all that with. I think it would be a fantastic laugh with you. Hey, maybe one day come for a couple of weeks visit. Well, we'll make some time, maybe play a game or something.
Oh yeah, so live closer. Where?
I believe Scorch is up Nottingham area.
Oh, okay.
Given that he's a friend of ours. Let's go back to the rogue there. So,
but otherwise, hello, I return.
He returneth. So let's have a look. See where all the stealing-y things are.
Well, of course, of course, in this session, I had to be the first one to roll a 1. It wouldn't be me if I didn't.
You weren't,
wasn't I?
Lucy was. Lucy did before you.
I didn't think she actually rolled 1.
Yeah, that's why she dropped her weapon and used an interact to pick it back up.
Ah.
So, from what I can see, Most of the abilities are Newark now. About 40 minutes from now. Oh yeah, fair. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has met you.
Oh yeah. We have met as well, I believe. Yeah. I think so. I have to see your face to fully remember you.
Don't worry, I'll show him a picture. I'll show him one of your beautiful pictures, mate.
As soon as I see your face, I'll probably get
So, for the purposes of rogues doing stealing, there is nothing in the rogues class feats that do that anymore. All of the rogues class feats are more towards rogue type abilities. Rogue type things like their survivals and jumpings and range attacks, and there's things that improve their stealth, and they're like sneaky attack type things. Now, I believe all of the theft type things, the skills have changed. One of the skills is actually just thievery. The rogue, one of its signature skills, which is one of the skills it can become legendary in, which is how they do the proficiency now, which is a bit different. One of the skills is just labelled thievery, which thievery encompasses, let's pop over to it, thievery actually encompasses... Where's it gone? Gone too far.
I believe it encompasses like disabled device. Off the top of my head.
Yep. So I'm just going to the thing where it will tell us the list of things that you can actually do with it. So thievery. If you are untrained in thievery, you can palm an object or steal an object. If you are trained in it, you can also pick locks and disable device. And there is a list of feats, because the feats are now separated by what skill they're related to, class, or a list of more general things. So, the thievery feats include such feats as pickpocket, subtle theft, wary disarmament, quick unlock, spell thievery, and legendary thief. So there are various feats that will improve your ability to steal subtly, and be legendary in your ability to do these things. So they've taken it away from the class more. So if you want to be a thieving bastard of a sorcerer, you can be. It just means you're focused more towards your feat. For your generalised feats and skill feats, you'll focus those more on your thievery. Alternatively, you could go towards the paladin of an evil deity, which is doing thievery. Again, so it's all about trying to simplify all the cool things you could do beforehand, but still have all those options available and be able to make the character you want to play, which I quite like. I think it's a really good change. I think it's a really good aspect. I just think they need to fine tune a few bits and pieces, and yeah, some of the stuff is just really cool.
So yeah, so because obviously we're doing the playtest, we're obviously trying to get in there with as many different skills as possible, which is part of the reason why I was happy in a way that I dropped weapons, so we could give the athletics bit a go. Yeah, see how that worked.
So combat maneuvers aren't a thing anymore. They're pretty much done under the athletic skill. But rather than rolling against a specific armor class of sorts, there's a DC specifically for it, which is cool. It's cleverly done, but yeah.
But
Chuck us a jelly baby.
What kind of?
I don't care.
Can I have this one?
Unliving sweetie child.
Okay. Dirty smokers, welcome back.
Says you.
Yeah, but he didn't go for a smoking.
Yeah.
He's probably just sitting there with a bag.
Yeah, it could be. I'm sorry, are you displeased that he has taken the laces, strawberry laces?
They're not laces, they're pencils. Even.
I'll stop trying to be seductive.
Mine. Right, so what were we classing the gunk that I took off myself?
The stuff you got off yourself is just sewer filth. It's like, if you think about if you went down into a sewer and there's all the floaters and
Sewer
food.
gunk.
Yeah, that's That's literally what you've got. It's a that's a vial of that, as well as having a vial
It's a vial of
sewer
shit.
ooze. Yeah, pretty much. And piss. The other thing, obviously, was actual sewer ooze.
Gunk, dead sewer ooze. I've got goblin blood and 2 goblin ears.
Yep. So I mean, like for the goblin ears, there are up to 8 you could take from this room because there are that many dead ones.
I only
Well,
need 2.
4 dead ones, but 2 ears per. That's fine.
Plus, we have a handy dandy goblin, and I'm pretty sure the cleric can, regen his ears if I need one.
Well, I'm not here to tell you the party what they can and can't do to each other. I'm here to tell you what the monsters and other things are doing to you.
So currently I'm slowly deraging.
What on this?
That's fine. Not
Me
a lot
talking
really.
about
She's
cutting
just
off the
picking up
goblin's
a few
ears.
bits.
Okay.
She did actually spend a whole turn, whole action in her turn interacting to get bits off a dead
Yeah, I
goblin.
remember.
So, at this point, now that you are sort of around, there are all the little goblin holes around. You don't really know what's in them other than like the obvious bits of bone and charred stuff. There are 3 sort of holes in the walls that lead off possibly to more bed holes, not quite sure a lot of the time. There is also some steps there leading further into somewhere else.
But I know what's stored in these bits.
You will have some inkling. So bear with me, I'll just check exactly which one it
Some
is
inkling.
which. So,
hole.
A little bit flaccid for you, Lizzie.
It's a worm.
No, that's Leon
So-
every time
you are aware
James' character touches him.
that is a nest.
Okay.
Hang on, it goes.
You're aware that
Just angle it this way.
is what's known as the
Okay.
that is a room
May I have one, please, in exchange for a Jelly Baby?
full of
I don't know, Jelly Baby.
mushroomy things.
May I have one?
Yeah. Cool. Okay, got it.
Maybe.
So, what are you doing at the moment then? So, 4 dead goblins. Lots of little holes. Lots of little holes kicking
And then
around
normally
the,
what happens
the
when
edge of the
someone
room.
does that is they steal it.
Stubborn, my fine warrior
Him
friend.
calming down.
Yes.
You are our guide in this underworld of filth.
Don't touch him.
Literally.
Lovely filth.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Which way to Dracus?
Ah.
Definitely that way towards where it's
Oh yeah. That way is where his room is.
Mm-hmm.
That one. There's some mushroomy things
What?
growing in there.
What? Bye.
Is that what?
Okay.
All right. That
Hang on
one.
there just a second while I describe.
Yeah. That one is the motivation room. Can't quite remember what goes on in there.
No, you have no idea.
Oh, okay.
So, it's essentially when Dracus feels the need to provide the Munchers with extra motivation, or when the goblin steps out of line and needs to be made an example of, the results are put in there.
Ah, I'm sorry. In that case,
Motivation.
scratch that. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's where Dracus does his bad things to people
If he
who.
doesn't do it in there, he leaves them in there as an example.
He does the bad touch.
Yeah, probably a lot more than that. And then they're left in there.
That sounds a dark and foreboding room. You should not go in there.
And down there, don't go in there. There's a nest of centipedes.
Okay. Well, we are here to find Dracus and find the treasure. So we should go onwards.
Onwards. See if I can redo myself.
Oh,
Mushroom.
Oh yeah, I pick up my club.
look at you, mate.
Yeah, I'm
So,
cast option at this point. I'll have to redo myself. Ninja!
Yep, right.
Excuse me.
So,
can you move me forward, please?
Oh yes. How forward are you going?
Oh, you're the guide. I'll follow you.
Yeah,
Right.
same.
so I'll quickly do. Where's the movement?
I'll move up. Hang on.
So I'll quickly deal with you then, because you were sort of there while they were talking a bit as well. So you're stepping in, yeah.
Yep.
So for that one, the walls of this gently curving passageway are covered in thin, fibrous tendrils that connect to a large mass of red fungus growing in the centre of this small vault. The central mass is almost 3 feet high, from which several long, pale grey stalks have extended upward to brush against the ceiling. So it's not a very tall room. You have to sort of crouch under because you're not quite as small as a goblin.
Can I roll a nature to try and figure out what kind of mushroom it is?
1 second.
I'm waiting for it. No.
You can roll a nature, yes.
What?
That fell off my book. Yay! 19.
Okay. So you identify this as mind fog fungus. So this stuff causes issues. It is a threat, and you can destroy it by burning it, but doing so releases a virulent cloud of spores. You are aware that going too near it, it disperses spores throughout the room, which can confuse anything that comes near it, and make the person who inhales the stuff a lot more malleable.
Okay.
They are easier to control, push around, bully, make do what they want.
Oh no.
Fair.
Why?
Oh no! Oh, double no!
Okay, so I'm going to grab one of my vials, open it,
Right?
hold my breath,
Okay.
and step forward.
Okay.
So it shoots the spores and I trap it in the vial.
Okay. So
No.
when it does it, it releases a huge cloud of the stuff all the way across the room. I still need you to make me a fortitude save.
What? Boo. Oh.
No.
Eight.
Oh wait, so the mushrooms control you now.
Parasect.
You are confused for 4 rounds.
Okay.
Wow.
Do I get the vial of stuff?
No, because you are confused and you're not sure why you're there. You are also stupefied for 1 hour.
The fuck does that do?
I'm just going to check that.
That sounds nasty.
Stupefy. When
Great
Harry
to-
Potter spell now.
I was actually going to say Great Disturbed songs.
Yeah.
319, 3, 2, 4. So where's 319?
But yeah, there's a lot of different effects in this one, which is like, what does that do?
Well, it's a lot easier to apply them now, though. So
Oh yeah.
your thoughts and instincts are clouded. Stupefied always includes a value. You take a conditional penalty equal to the value on spell rolls, spell DCs, and intelligence, wisdom, and charisma-based checks. Anytime you attempt to cast a spell while stupefied, the spell is disrupted unless you succeed a spell roll against DC of the effect that gave you the stupefied condition. So, anything intelligence, wisdom, or charisma-based, you take a -4 on for the next hour.
Oof.
Ouch. Oh, hello, Moth.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's fine. Go headbutt that light. Yeah, you will defeat it one day.
I still need to get you an LD light from here.
Yeah, now I've been staring at the light.
So-
I'm
Oh,
blind.
you're doing a roleplay for me.
You are currently in here.
Yeah.
So, the rest of you,
Yep.
are you paying any attention to the fact that she's wandered off?
No, she's already done this, so I presume she's know what she's doing.
I was in deep discussions with Stavin.
Okay, so please
I was
begin.
staring at the goblin's eyes.
Okay, so please move yourself forward.
Yeah, sorry. How far can we move forward, or
You can get pretty much to the entrance of the room,
okay? So
and then you can go one in quite happily, and I'll give a description.
okay.
There's people up behind, so that's how it would have gone.
So, the sound of dripping
Party
water.
of 5 became 4.
The sound of dripping water echoes through this chamber. On the north side of the room, a nearly 10-foot tall visage of a woman's face is carved into the wall.
Visage.
Visage is a legitimate way to pronounce it.
Okay, fair enough.
Trickles of water run down her cheeks like tears into a foul and polluted reservoir below, which itself drains to a large pool of fetid black water on the south side of the room.
Ew.
Do us gobbos have a name for this?
Stink pond.
Yeah?
The cry lady.
Yeah. Stink Pond is a fairly good one for it at the moment.
Yes, and here you see the stink pond.
Is it a religious symbol?
Bear with me.
I could try and roll my religion.
Okay, so the fountain itself does not appear to be religious in nature.
Society?
Okay.
Okay.
Once you've all stepped in, which I'm assuming you're going to start heading around the edge of it. Once you've all stepped in, if you could all make me a perception check.
10.
14.
Staring at that fine goblin ass. With a
19.
Okay. You can see something in the water.
Oh.
Yeah, which part of it?
With me, it is in the southern pool, so it is in the middle of that pool there. Yep. So you can see that. The idol's about the size of a human head, and if you could roll me a religion.
It's an idol.
Ooh, religion.
We win.
6. I'm an excellent cleric.
Okay.
Totes amazeballs.
I
Thank
wouldn't
you.
quit your day job.
Okay. So you know that it is an evil idol. Well, idol of an evil deity. But whatever's making the pool disgusting and black and fetid appears to be coming from that thing.
Stab him.
Yeah.
On your left, there is a creature in that pool.
Creature?
Something of great evil.
I don't care, it's evil. Can it die?
I am unaware. But we must defeat evil as we approach it and find it.
Because she's pointed that out, can I actually see it, or do I need to make another perception roll?
You won't need to make the perception. You can see it now that she has pointed it out, because now you're looking at it.
You! In the pond! Come out and fight me!
The inanimate idol does not appear to move.
Okay, I will take a step forward. Thank you. I draw my warhammer.
Yep.
I'm going to slam it into the pond on top of the idol.
Okay, make me a attack roll. Functionally, this is don't roll a 1.
You didn't roll a 1.
I didn't roll a 1.
That's fine.
Did you roll a 2?
I rolled a 3.
So,
Ooh.
you raise your warhammer and slam it down with a huge splash in the pond.
Yeah.
As you strike it, the idol splits open like a cracked egg and unleashes.
Oh, I don't like the
Oh, what have you done?
You fucked up.
You've
Karma.
done this.
2 of these. However, because there weren't 2 of those, there is one that is the same thing, but
Looks like a goblin.
Excuse me.
placeholdered.
Part of my edict is my religion. Fight evil wherever I come across it.
And she takes it very literally.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can everybody please roll me initiative?
Based on...
It will be based on perception. Unless you can give me a solid reason as to why you think it should be anything else.
Performance?
No.
Still, because I'm sneaking?
Yep, that's fine.
Cool.
That's reasonable.
Doesn't help me much, but still.
I need to spend more time on my knees.
Okay.
No, thanks.
You're gonna rouge your knees.
Okay, so
Mm-mm.
20 and above. Yep. That's fine. I am happy for it to be initiative to make things a little bit easier continuing with that.
3 actions trying to lick your own nose.
Yeah. So.
Actually, it would only take 1.
I
can do it!
But I don't know if you've got the coordination to do that right now.
Between 20 and... Oh, wait, hang on. Let me roll it for the creatures, because I've just fucking forgotten.
No, they don't need
No,
to
that's
go.
not important.
Between 20 and 15.
Yes.
20 and 15. 15.
19?
19.
Okay.
Dex.
Who has the higher dex between the two of you?
14.
10.
Yeah.
Dwarven cleric.
Okay, so
It's fine, you need your dex, you need to be flexible.
Krista, Miss Nura.
That's why I took acrobatics.
Oh god, I've got more dex than her.
But not athletics.
Stab
So I don't
it.
And by process of elimination, since he's the only person left without an initiative, Linus.
6.
Yep. So that's
You got what I got last time.
Yeah.
so.
It's fine. I'm in the shadows. I'm supposed to be slime. I thought-
Anyone has? You just look at this. If anyone has religion, you can roll it
I have religion.
to try and work
Do you mean
out what
anyone
things are.
can roll it? Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't need to be trained.
21.
Yep, if anyone wants to try.
13.
Arthur, where were you a second ago?
8.
22.
Okay. You two are aware that these are little demons called quasits.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a pair of little quasits.
What the-
They're small, they're fast and flighty, and they do have some magical type abilities. You are aware that they are evil, and they tend to be weak to typical things like good.
Are they resistant to anything?
Not that they're aware.
Okay.
Can baby sneak attacked and critted?
As far as you're aware.
Excellent.
But you are going last, so they are aware of you.
I'm still sneaky.
Yeah, he did make his stealth earlier, but his stealth had to be rolled for his initiative.
It's fine. He's not wearing a Mr. Blobby costume, so it's all fine.
Yeah.
Blubby, blubby, blubby.
Myself was a natural 20.
So,
Score.
Miss Nora, 2 of these little quasits.
My weapon is already drawn.
It is.
And I think you're already standing in the pond, aren't you?
I'm next to the pond.
That one, not that one.
Oh, sorry.
Looking at the wrong
I'm
initiative
wrong. I am
track.
looking at the old initiative one and cross it out. I apologise for confusing.
Nose licker.
My bad. So, Nose Licker, you are currently confused. So, you're, well, confused first. Let's look at exactly what confused does, just so that we can let you know how you can actually act.
2 plus 2 is 1.
Actually,
No.
using channel
3.
your inner Merlin.
You don't have your wits about you when you act, or actually, you can't use reactions,
Yeah,
nor
but
can you delay already. On each of your turns, you must use your actions to attack the creature that attacked you most recently since your last
That's
turn.
a colour flavour.
The GM might allow you to use actions to draw a weapon, move so the creature is in reach, and so forth, as long as the actions led up to you attacking is required. If no creature attacked you since your last turn, roll 1d4. On a 1, you must spend your turn attempting to attack the nearest creature. On a 2, you must attack yourself once, hitting automatically for your normal damage and use no further actions. On a 3, you must do nothing but babble incoherently. On a 4, you can act normally.
Good thing I didn't get the fizzy ones, eh?
So are we classing this as a creature?
No, it is not actually a creature, therefore it will not count as a creature.
Okay, so let's see what happens. 2!
You attack yourself,
Okay.
hitting, so once, hitting automatically for normal damage and use no further actions.
Okay, so I'm attacking myself. I currently have only a glass vial in my hand.
Okay.
You're going to glass yourself.
You are going to glass yourself.
Yeah.
Um,
So how much damage?
I don't think it has glass vial.
Look up for improvised weapon.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I saw something about that in there somewhere.
Imagine it'd be similar to a pint glass.
No. A lot less fast. And it's not as sturdy as a pint
Apologies,
glass.
just looking up improvised weapons.
See, it depends on the manner in which you use it. You know, if you've got like the tube, and then just kind of go.
I don't know what it is.
I just go.
Maybe it's your TV, but it's really difficult to make out the actual names of the people that are posting.
Yeah.
It's also due to the colour compared to the background. If there was like a black outline around the names, it'd be way
Okay,
easier.
what's your strength?
Yeah.
My strength,
We should really do that at some point.
+1, 12.
Okay. You deal yourself 2 points of damage. It's non-lethal, but basically that means that, you know, if you get to 0, you're not dying.
Cool.
Which is a condition!
Yeah, not dying.
No, dying.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
And
that is your
also,
turn.
dead is a condition!
Okay, so the
Didn't
closets
think.
are actually next, because they're quick little fuckers. So,
Speaking of testing, there's something we've got to do a head take for.
this one,
Main
as the nearest person to it,
Oh, discuss more on that.
is going to strike at Miss Nura.
Get to fuck.
Yeah, get to fuck.
You have declared it evil, and it has been insulted.
It
This
is
one.
evil.
It wouldn't be insulting.
So it's going to attempt to claw at you first.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit you?
Wow.
Oof.
No.
It's possible that it doesn't, depending on her armor.
Does it what? A 20?
20.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so
You said no.
If I was my half-elven fighter, then no.
But you're not.
so
No.
okay. So it deals no actual damage.
What?
However,
Well, it's D4 -1 or something.
please roll me a fortitude save.
Here we go.
Technically, I can deal no damage.
17.
Okay,
1d4
you
-1.
succeed and nothing happens. So you feel as it sort of scratches at you, it doesn't break skin, but there's a thin line of something left on your skin as it strikes, and you can feel it like uncomfortable, but it doesn't actually do anything because of your hardy nature as a dwarf.
I actually have Hardy.
Awesome, that's appropriate then.
Matt Hardy, Jeff
Okay.
Hardy.
So
Yeah.
that at that point, it's gonna give you a little at you,
Rude.
and it is then going to change its shape.
It's a ditto.
Oh crap.
So it now changes its shape into a centipede.
Oh,
No.
it is a bloody ditto.
Yep. So we'll put that one there for
I'm going to
now.
blame Leon for this one.
To get rid of
Wait,
that.
what?
They've
I
got
always
that.
blame Mal and I
So
like,
it changes itself into a centipede. At which point it's going to attempt to strike you again as a centipede.
Okay.
Cheating bastard.
Does a 17 hit you?
Yes.
Okay.
He's like, my attacks were ineffective. This isn't even my final form!
Oh god, it's freezing.
Okay. So it clamps the mandibles on its face onto your leg.
Okay.
And as it does, you take 1 point of piercing damage, and you also take 3 points of poison damage.
I have poison resistance.
Okay.
Nice.
Any difference?
What is there a number with your poison resistance?
I have Hardy, which means I have poison resistance to half my level, but it's always round up, so I have
One.
-1.
Okay. Yep. So you only take 2 poison damage. So rather than this being like the other one, whatever that was, this one is more like it's just eating away at the flesh that it's just pierced through. But because of your resistance, it's not doing as much as it could have done.
Okay.
And it's saying as it's attacking. That is all of that one's actions. So the next one is then going to goes straight for the thing in front of it. So move for one of his actions. At which point it is then going to attempt to claw you now.
Okay. Is that protection still running? Would you say? Because it was 10 rounds.
It was a whole minute.
I will say you have 3 rounds left.
Okay.
Because
Hooray,
I don't think
the
it's actually
generosity.
taken that long to go around.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Hooray, the
Okay,
generosity.
so does a 26 hit you?
Yes.
What's your AC currently against this attack?
Let's see. With the +1, that is 15.
So that is a critical as well. Ooh.
So good job. You know that I had lots of health, but I haven't exactly healed yet. So
You'll be alright.
Okay, well,
Just don't do a
you're
Genji.
Lucky there. So that's 3 points of slashing damage. And can you please roll me a fort save?
I can.
Ooh.
Yes, I can. 24.
Okay, so as it slashes at you with its claw, you catch a little bit, it's like, and you feel the poison that is on its claws, and you can feel it. But again, your constitution as a angry barbarian of strength doesn't seem to do anything to you. So
You have
This
activated
point-
my Alucard.
So at this point,
No.
this one is going to. This one is going to cast invisibility on itself.
Oh.
Oh, that little bitch.
Oh, attack of up.
So let's have a quick look at the spells.
R.I.P. AO.
So where is invisibility? There it is.
What? That's what my character's doing right now.
Okay, so it moves forward, slashes at you with a and goes invisible. You can no longer see it.
I'm still staring at the same point, thinking that it might reappear again.
Yep. Christelle.
Uh, 18 to hit this one with a ranged touch.
I believe that will, yes. Yep.
Blowing kisses at it.
Yep. 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Cold negative damage.
Okay. So, as just after its mandibles release from Miss Nura's leg after it attacked her, a blast of cold hits it in the side and some ice forms up the side of the mandible. That is all 3 of your actions, is that correct?
Are you?
Yep.
Okay, Miss Nura, it is now your turn. Apologies for the mistake before.
Alright. I'm going to swing at a bitch.
Yep. Roll your attack. It's there. In front of you.
5.
5 does not hit it.
Fuck it.
You swing your hammer and it
With that-
moves. It's like still in front of you.
I'm sorry, with that roll, you can't fuck it either.
That's her job.
I'll try again.
Yep. -5.
13 minus 5 is 8.
Unfortunately, an 8 does not hit it either.
Right.
Sucks.
Can't happen at the same time, but I will take off a round because I think that's fair.
Raise my boot. Sorry, that's your line.
Yeah.
Dab him. So you've just had one slash at you and disappear.
Woof.
And now you're kind of confused about that, but again,
Well,
how are you acting?
Well, pretty much simply, I've just been attacked. I was gonna try and chill out for this round, but I've just been attacked. I'm feeling a bit hurt, so I'm gonna get angry.
Okay.
Ah! And because I believe it could still be there.
Okay.
You're gonna wave your club at it, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna basically just go where I last saw it.
Okay. I'm going to give you a -5 to the attack off the bat because you cannot see it.
So my attack is -2. Come on, natural 20. Ooh. No, so 13.
Fortunately, a 13 does not hit it.
Okay, second attack, backswing, which gives me a +1. Was it? I've forgotten. I didn't actually write it down.
Yeah, I do believe backswing is a +1 to a attack after the first one misses.
So it's
But
still
you are
-5, but +1, so it's -4.
You are still subject to multi-attack, which means you get the -5 for the multi-attack as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you're actually at -9 total.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you never know.
From those modifiers.
I could still get a natural 20.
And then on top of all the other things.
Yeah.
Ah!
Fucking hell, you actually called it.
Damn, fuck. Okay,
Critical hit.
so for the purposes of attacks, it does double your base damage for the strike. I don't believe you have the thing to make it a critical specialization, so that's fine.
No.
It's double everything. That includes static bonuses.
Yeah.
So that includes my rage bonuses as well.
Yeah.
Oh!
And your strength modifier.
This is gonna die.
Yep.
So. Extreme.
Yeah.
One's a 10, one's a 1. So that's 11 plus 6, so that's 17 plus 8. So 25.
25 damage.
Yeah.
What were the massive damage rules again? Was it if it takes more than half in a single swing?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm actually going to have to quick find that.
Yeah, so it's like.
I would laugh if you just smacked it right out of the air.
Where is it? Massive damage.
Oh, that's what I was. I was kind of hoping, but. But I can't really swing it like that because of the. Well, I mean, I could. I'm raging, but probably hit you. You.
Okay. Do you remember where the massive damage was by any chance, James?
It was in playing the game.
Under playing the game.
Time to play the game.
It's all about the game.
I'm sorry, I say no. I'm not playing the game.
And for those of you at home, you've just lost the game.
Suffer.
I am currently doing the opposite of what we're meant to do. We're meant to go kill things. I'm collecting things.
Yeah, what are you doing? You're looking at mushrooms, you're collecting goblin ears, you're picking up filth.
No, we're fighting demons. You're high as fuck.
Oh, no, sorry. It's you die instantly if you ever take damage equal to or greater than double your maximum. Yep, no, so that's fine. So it isn't actually equal to or greater than double its maximum, so that's fine. That's actually irrelevant. But, good to double check.
So it is very badly fucked.
Okay,
Damn, it's
so
not dead.
its invisibility drops after that because that was a massive fucking conk on the head. So as you swing, and you swing it back over, and you feel a clonk, a proper whack, and what feels like maybe something breaking under the club, as the creature's there going, and it's like struggling to keep itself in the air. And that puts it to Lunus's go.
Oh, sorry, I can't laugh. I'm angry.
Okay, so are you making any effort to stop Lunus moving through your square?
Nope. Once again, touching his ass.
Because I'm raging, would I be physically able to?
Basically, if you are not actively letting him through, he will need to make a tumble check, I believe, to get through the square.
Tumble.
Yeah, which is acrobatics.
He's currently
No,
raging,
it's-
swinging.
Yeah, because I'm
Totally
raging.
correct.
You
He
know.
is not in a particularly good.
Fuck you.
Right.
That's alright, baby. You can stop on my square.
Sorry, it's just I'm not coherent enough to even
Okay,
you know,
so
let you
what
through.
was your total check for your acrobatics?
8.
Does that beat your reflex DC?
So change my key ability class DC with reflex. Oh, it's the same anyway. So no.
Okay. Because there is someone in the previous square.
Because basically in the reflex DC you end up swapping the appropriate skill with the key number there.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that case it's exactly the same anyway.
Fuck.
Okay, so because there is someone in the previous square, I will allow you to use another action to attempt to tumble through again.
You can do it. I believe in you.
So 14.
Yes.
Woo!
Okay, so it takes you 2 actions to get that move,
Okay.
but you get through to where you're going.
And time to sneak attack.
Bugger!
Bugger. Maybe not. 9.
9 does not. Unfortunately, with it being a little bit confused about the clonk it's just taken on the head, you completely misjudged the thrust.
Okay, well, hopefully we're being so confident. Hoping it won't have noticed me.
He said first.
What was your
It
stealth
was
earlier?
it was 24.
No, it does not notice you.
With blue, I can go again.
Woo!
Woo! Again.
Quite.
Okay. So back to the top. So Wazimu, please roll me your d4.
Let's see what happens to me this time. 3!
You are babbling like an idiot
Okay.
for your whole turn.
We can't tell the difference.
So,
The elephants are coming down the mountain on skis.
so the centipede
No.
one at the moment.
No.
That one is going to attempt its mandibles on you again.
Thank you.
Does a 16 hit you?
Yes.
Okay.
Damn.
Shield? Because you made your shield last time.
Oh yeah, shield block.
Okay, so you shield block.
There you roll
Off the top of my head, I believe.
So I'm going to assume, you know, that with when you block an attack with the shield, it basically you have to ready it again
Yeah.
to block another
Readying
attack.
it makes it add its AC and attack bonuses to your AC and attack bonuses.
Oh.
Shield block then means that you take some of the damage onto the shield.
All, I believe.
With
Well,
my,
it depends.
okay.
If it
Also,
With my
breaks, then
shield
the-
raise, it means that my AC will be down.
Oh yeah, then yes.
there
Then
we
the
go.
attack doesn't hit you.
Oh, that's useful to know.
Because that also means it doesn't deal damage to the shield because it doesn't get past the base KC. So as it comes in with its mandibles again, this time with your shield raised, you're ready, and you twist slightly, and then as it comes forward with its mandibles, it just skids off the side of the shield. So it darts forward, darts back at you again. So it's going to try and swing in again for you.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, shield block is a reaction, so it can only happen outside of your normal actions. You snap the shield into place to deflect a blow. Your shield prevents you from taking an amount of damage up to its hardness. The shield takes this damage instead, possibly becoming dented or broken. See page 175 for dented or broken item rules.
So yep.
Handy.
So yep. So it rears forward, and this time it smashes its face into the inside of the fountain's outer wall bit. It may possibly have rolled an actual 1.
Damn!
So it's going to deal itself 4 points of damage.
What would have been funny? No, what would have been funny if it said it kills itself?
It hurt itself in confusion.
And it is also going to lose its extra action because of the fact that it's just smashed its face into the side. So, the one that was a little bit disoriented from you is going to...
Try and eat my brain, no doubt.
One, two,
Not that- oh,
No, it's trying to run the fuck away.
it's running away. Yeah.
5, 6,
Just go and
so
fuck this shit
flies
up.
over there.
Why is it flying? Oh, wait a minute. You mentioned something about magic abilities, but I don't know this.
And it uses 2 actions doing something.
Uh-oh.
And some of the injury on its head appears to get better.
It healed
The little
itself.
bastard!
It's drinking from the gunky water.
No.
No,
it's
it's
something else
casting.
it's doing.
It's healing itself. What a dick.
Little fuck.
Okay, so that is its whole turn. Christelle.
Christelle! Why did I say it like that?
You're a tit.
Yeah, I am.
Because he's sexually aroused.
Well, I'm a goblin. I don't know anything about sexual arousal.
Smeghead.
Do goblins even have...
Breeding pets.
22.
To hit it,
Is
yes.
that chasey?
Yep.
Does that over 10 or not?
It wouldn't be.
Yeah. 7 points damage again.
Okay, so as it's there, weaving its infernal fingers around and doing something, the ice hits it just as it finishes, and it's there, and its wings just start, and it slowly falls and shatters on the ground.
Nice.
You got the killing... Oh, I'm angry.
It's okay, baby. I'll touch you later. Special.
I'm gonna need a new dice bag.
Miss Nura. So, it's attempted to go at you once, you've deflected it off your shield, no issue. It's tried again and smashed its face into the side of the fountain. It's there a little bit like...
I'm going to attempt to fuck up his day, even though I'm rolling really badly.
Yeah, I'm going to give you +1 on the attack because it's a little bit... Oh, fuck. On your first
13.
attack, anyway.
13.
No, unfortunately that won't.
Am I sucking the luck from you?
Yes.
Stop doing this.
I'm not doing it on purpose. It's because he's not playing. I can't suck it from him.
Phrasing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your first attack, as it's sort of there going... As it just moves back, your hammer just misses.
Yeah. I'll try again, but I've got a -5. For me, it's only 2 to hit, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ooh. No.
So I take a 5, 11, 13!
Oh.
Yep.
Unfortunately, no. Apologies, that will not hit.
Last action. Raise my shield.
Yep. There, stab him.
Right. I probably can't because it's not too far away. But is there rules on charging still the same as the last Pathfinder, like, where you have to move a certain amount of distance to class as charging?
Right. Charging is now actually...
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Because obviously my ability
As a
sudden
barbarian,
Yes, but that's a
you get
class ability.
sudden-
so
because
you
it
want to
didn't
read the
specify
class
in there.
ability. In which case you're fine.
Let's just have a quick look at the way it's phrased. I don't think it should be a problem.
Strike up to double your speed.
Yeah.
If you end the move within melee reach of at least one enemy, you can make a melee strike against that enemy. You can use sudden charge while burrowing, climbing, flying, or swimming instead of striding if you have the corresponding movement type. So yes, up to.
Yep, so as long as you end your square in melee range, you can charge.
So that's a barbarian thing then.
Yeah, that is barbarian
Yeah, it's
thing.
called sudden charge. You can also get it as a fighter as well.
Yeah,
But
it's
quite
obviously
frankly,
one of the things
you
I
could take a 5-foot step and then whack it.
Oh yeah, no.
Either way, it's the same
It's-
amount of actions, right?
Yeah, it's the same amount of actions. But that's fine because it.
Just changing sounds cooler.
Well, no, it's just because sudden charge actually takes 2 actions, whereas if you
Right.
work out the action economy, it would take 3 to do that in total because you move, and then attack. This goes move, attack.
Yeah. So obviously it doesn't really matter
It's just the sudden charge you can attack at the end of that movement.
Yeah. So it's double movement and an attack.
for 2 actions.
For 2
and
actions,
it would have normally been
rather
3.
than 2
So
movements.
This
and
is
then
one of the points where it's interesting for the playtest because my interpretation of that ability is that the attack is actually included in that sudden charge.
It is. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So basically, you get 2 moves and an attack for the price of 2 actions instead of 3. That's basically.
So
What
at
it
the
Yeah,
end
so
of
it's
it, you
3
could
for
go
plus
sudden
2.
charge ratio
is. No, yeah.
if you wanted to.
Oh yeah. No, but that's fine. It's not far enough anyway because I just remembered it doesn't give me any other additional bonuses other than
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
other than
just
that.
It's just the old version of charge.
yeah,
No.
but yeah, just the sudden charge does give you double move and an attack with 2 actions instead of 3.
Yeah.
That's cool. So,
But again, playtest always good because you can ask these questions and find out.
I'm gonna put a donk on him.
Do you want to try and twat him?
Yes.
Okay.
Put a donk
Roll
on
to
him.
twat him.
I'm not the only one who thought that was a
No.
Holy hell!
Okay.
Another natural 20.
Please
You know
roll
what he's
me
doing?
damage.
He's taking all my good rolls.
Yeah.
Fuck you, man.
So 8 and 6. So add 14 to whatever I get on this. One more than last time.
26.
Yeah, 26 points of bludgeoning damage.
How do you want to kill it?
Oh, I've got an idea.
So it's currently in its centipede form.
Because you've got the thing, you swing it and you actually end up pulling the centipede against the wall and smush it against the wall of the
Oh yeah, no, because that would be cool. Because I could just go boff and then just go
yeah,
like that into the water.
smush it against the wall of the well.
Yeah, fuck it, we'll do that. That's really cool.
Okay.
Fucking wells.
It's like,
Okay, so with a resounding goblin-y cry of rage, he catches the centipede and just swings it, scraping it along the inside of the pool. Blood goes everywhere.
So that's a really dirty pool now.
So, as it dies, and as you finish the swing, as it's actually dying, the body then changes back into the closet, and it is there dead. So, once again, you are out of initiative.
Oh yeah.
Make me one more roll on your d4.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So.
Yeah, wait, bitch.
Sorry.
Okay,
One.
there is nothing there to attack,
Nope.
so I'm going to say that you swing your fist into the wall and take another point of damage.
Oh.
Now, I've been a little bit nice with this, so can you please make me a fort save? However, I will give you a +2 because you've been affected by it already.
23.
Okay, so you are not additionally confused against it. You are still stupefied. You are still not doing very well. But in your clarity now, you feel like you should move away before it does it again, because otherwise that stuff's going to fuck you up. Okay. So back in the room with the fountain at the moment. So after smashing the idol, and as the closets have come out, even after they'd left the little idol thing, you can already see that the fountain is slowly clearing. You standing in the fountain, and as you're deraging and calming down, you're feeling like,
Oh, so manly.
so you're actually feeling like this water isn't very nice, and you don't want to be standing in it. However, as it's very slowly clearing, and you can see that it's clearing, you think that there's something about the water. Sorry, Dan.
There's something about Mary. What?
Yeah, you think there's something
Something
about
about
the water.
Christelle?
As it's slowly clearing, you're getting a feeling about the water as well. And you know, from your divine influence of a goddess of healing and positivity, you feel like once this water has cleared, there might be something beneficial about it. You couldn't place your finger on what.
I heal the water. I channel positive energy. I heal the water.
Okay. So
I'm gonna hazard a guess. There's probably nothing about this in the book.
no, there's nothing about healing the water, but that's fine. So what I'll say is that actually speeds up the water purifying itself, and doing that progressively makes it less and less disgusting a lot quicker. Are you going to wait while it purifies, or are you going to move on and let it purify?
Oh, wait.
Okay, so feel free to move yourself into the room. So instead of the 50 minutes that it would take to clear,
Yeah, I'm gonna start
Hide in the corner.
it actually takes probably 10 minutes. It's not a super fast thing, but it does take a little bit of time. Once it has cleared, you look into it, and this water looks beautiful. It is clearer than pure spring water. I mean, there is something really nice about it.
Yeah, sorry. Question.
Yes, stab it.
Even the blood and everything that went in has
It was
all
feeling,
gone.
Sweetie.
it was feeling all icky and weird, and now it's pretty.
I have cleansed it with the power of my goddess.
Oh. So, is there something? I don't know. It looks nice.
It does.
I want to drink it. I'm hearing a voice in my head. It's saying, "Do it." I'm gonna drink it.
Please heal 1d8 damage.
I grab a water skin.
Tell me, Stammen, how do you feel being cleansed by the goddess of the Dawnflower?
No, I feel rejuvenated.
You don't think it's the Dawnflower?
I know it's not. This
5.
is my divine pureness. Don't ruin my roleplay.
That's fine, but yeah.
I feel rejuvenated, but not quite rejuvenated enough, so I'm going to drink more.
I grab my water skin and scoops them up.
No further healing happens.
Damn it! I had a feeling it was a catch. He's
Were
like,
you hurt, Christelle?
No, it didn't touch me.
no, it's not doing it anymore, but
I
it's tasty.
stabbing, beating it
I
up.
scooped them to a water skin.
I'm glad you were protected.
That's. What's Louis Man saying? His
Always,
wife phoned
yeah.
it.
That voice just when Merlin was a mixture of cute and funny. When was he ever evil?
Today I am both.
Okay.
And apparently I'm creepy.
Mm.
And I'd just like to say, you're all shit role players because I've got a charisma of 18, so you should be fucking falling over yourselves at my feet.
I don't understand.
In character, I'm being
Kiss my
lovely.
toes.
What race are you?
Kiss my toes. I'm a
Halfling.
halfling.
That'd be why.
Yeah, he's an elf. He's
Just
apparently
remember,
racist.
that means that I can run at you and headbutt your penis.
What do you do in real life?
Yep.
I drink from the water.
Okay, heal 1d8.
Aww. Seriously, I feel like I've tainted your dice rolling somehow. I haven't even touched your dice.
I will have my vengeance, Merlin.
In this.
Just wait till Thursday, then you're fucked.
Yeah.
Is anyone else?
I'm still confuzzled, so.
So you're stupefied, but you are coherent enough to be able to do things, but you're more likely to do something if someone tells you.
Smelly llama.
Smelly lava?
With the
your
water,
Potter.
it is when they drink the water, wounds do visibly heal back up.
I'm going to do a medicine check on you.
On me?
Well, I asked if you were okay, and you're like,
Yep. Please roll medicine.
Are you okay?
17. What's
Do I
wrong?
How hurt
hang
are
on. Do I say non-lethal as well as normal?
you? No, it's just damage,
Okay.
but non-lethal means you won't go to die.
2.
Okay.
She has taken injuries.
Please drink some of the water, my fine companion.
Okay.
She is really injured. What has she been doing?
I headbutt the water.
Okay, I'm going to pull you back up once you drink some, okay?
I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark, but I'm going to suggest headbutting things.
Please roll 1d8 for healing. You are also
Roll
no
1d4
longer
damage.
stupefied.
Yay!
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, where did she go anyway? She wasn't
I'm
here,
good.
was she?
How hurt are you find now?
Oh, me? I'm dandy. Absolutely dandy now.
Oh,
So after taking a drink, your head actually clears and you feel a lot more
As a point,
Corpus Ventus.
don't go near the mushroom.
I feel I should assign you a carer, dear human friend. This underground is clearly going to your mind.
No, the mushroom.
Okay.
yeah, no,
Oh
no,
my god,
yeah,
I'm
'cause-
stabbing!
Yeah, because when I walked in, I had glass
Why? I
embedded
don't-
in my
I don't
face
get it.
and blood down here.
Yeah.
What does this mean? I start touching you like you're touching me.
Means you like me. me.
You alright? I suppose?
You're lovely.
I'm glad you guys are becoming fast friends.
Yeah, friends. Yeah, friends.
With benefits.
Yeah, of course.
What is
Sexy.
benefit?
I try not to laugh from the shadows.
So,
Let's make a rogue fail
Is
stealth check.
anybody still hurt?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I feel some pain.
I'm gonna quick alchemy and make a healing thing.
Yeah, that's what I just go. That's an owie. That's an owie.
There it is.
what's that
Shanks,
point?
that's
An
nice.
elixir of life minor.
Yep,
So
that's
that's
fine.
page 364. There it is.
Yep.
I'm gonna get that strong. It will be by the time we get into anything else.
What?
I know when you are stealthy, man. You laughed.
Roll
No, I
1d6. Right, as I go, drink this.
Ooh, more drinky. What colour is it?
Drink it. It's white.
Yeah, of course it's white.
Drink it. Drink it.
How does it taste?
It tastes foul. Drink it. It's all 1d6.
Hey!
I am fully healed.
You're welcome.
Give me a
Yay!
fucking good laugh.
Yeah. So
Thank
basically,
you.
so this is what happens.
I
Is
touched
I
it
go. Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it's like, it's not bad.
Drink it.
I've had worse. What's that?
No, that was
That's
what
what
I
she
did.
did.
Yeah.
I literally put my hands in my pockets and then just went. Drink.
Yeah, she's done this really quick thing where she just mixed something, handed it to you,
Oh yeah, then
and it's made you feel better.
Like the speed of a Naruto.
The physical feel is a lot like what you just drank, but it's not the same type of thing.
No, it's got a different taste, but
Yeah,
it's
it
the
tastes
same
like
sort of
shit,
feeling.
but makes you feel better.
Obviously, Merlin knows what she tastes like.
Oh yeah, Merlans are shitty too. So once you look around, obviously there are two doors. They are both closed, but there are two doors.
Which way, Stammen? To Dracus and
So
Victory.
with the map that you were given, you know that on the other side of where you came in from, there's a couple of rooms that way. It's not very clear what the rooms are because they're not really labelled. But you know that on the map over there is where the master's rooms are. You don't know anything about them, but you know that they're over that way.
But yeah. So I'm just gonna go. He's that way. So I'm gonna point down here.
Okay.
This is no. Oh yeah. So would I know what's in those other bits up there? Well, I'm gonna assume I might, but
Yeah, because
No.
I moved up to give him shit. So.
So you know that one's kind of another living-y, headquartery type space.
okay.
And you know that. Let me check the other one.
Talk to the hand.
About you, honey, not to you.
Seriously, I'm
you
gonna need
know-
to get you a paper bag.
You know that the other room
Pin
is
bag.
a room with like bones? You're not really sure. You think there's like some things you don't really know, to be honest. Not really sure.
You know.
I guess there's a fire.
No, not that he knows. That's the living one. He knows what's in there. That's the other one next to it. He's not really sure.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so over that way there's a cave with some more sleepy time places. And then a bit further down from that there's a bone room. I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, you reckon you've heard someone mention there's bones in there? But you, like the previous chief was like, you probably shouldn't go in there. Dracus has suggested no one go in there as well.
Oh yeah, Dracus always said don't go in there.
But we're going in there.
Okay.
The previous
Oh, the
Golden
previous
chief
one.
did just suggest not going in there as well. It's not very nice.
Our last chief also said not to go in there, but he was a bit nicer about it.
Now you're confusing me, Tiny Stabben. But we never should be afraid of uncertainty.
Okay.
Let's go to the bone room
Okay.
and discover its secrets together.
I am still hiding in the shadows.
You laughed.
Let me go
You're
into my
obvious
pocket.
now.
I was trying
Take-
to. Come on.
Okay.
There's a
Put that in
door.
your pouch.
Open the door.
Yep, so there is actually a door.
Do I bump into you?
No.
So you just very quickly check. No.
Oh no, I'm waiting by the door.
Yeah, so.
Sneaking.
But yay, I killed something.
So did I.
I have not done a harmful action.
The person who is at the door, please roll me perception.
That's me. I'm guessing. I'm by the door.
Yeah,
I was
it's
gonna
just
say-
you.
Oh yeah, just.
Oh.
You wasted a 20 there.
8.
Okay, no, doesn't seem to be anything weird. You can try and open the door.
I open the door.
Oh no.
There's nothing dangerous.
No, I think I know what it is.
Oh!
Yeah,
I take the door.
Oh god.
Purification fountain. So when you open it,
Yep.
there is a horrifically loud clattering.
Okay.
There's lots and lots of pieces of like crude rusted armor suspended by a rope. Opening the door, which swung into the hallway when you opened it, creates a very, very loud metal clanging clattering.
Ah shit.
Fighting!
I couldn't have announced our arrival better.
Oh god.
No, not really.
I'll reapply my battle makeup.
I just think to myself, oh fuck.
Okay. I step through the door.
Okay.
Onwards.
Okay. So you know the passage on the left. You've been told, and by the
I'm
by
heading
the
to the
map.
bone room.
That's fine, but just so you're aware. So
Yes.
the passage on the left is the one where the other goblin living space is. On the right is where the bone room, as he puts it, is.
Okay, that's what I'm heading to.
Yeah. Following the slightly taller than me Longshank.
I'm gonna try and keep stealthing.
Yep. So keep moving around.
Keep in a line,
So
but
get
stealthing.
moving
Nobody
round to
knows
the,
you.
So
I'm, a bit warily following behind you now.
a narrow flight of stairs winds downward, descending into the circular chamber. Stone biers line the walls, but the bodies that may have once rested upon them now lie scattered across the floor at the bottom.
Not that bit.
So basically, there's some winding stairs to take you downwards to the bottom, which opens up into that room. It's not very big.
Well, pow pow for the bum bum.
However,
Oh.
once
Right.
you get there,
Bitch, I'm crazy.
True.
yep. So once you get there, from those bones and bodies at the floor,
Here we go.
You're laughing, but think of the XP that we're getting.
Oh yeah. Just as well we got healed.
No.
please put those down as well. They are also the first 3 that we've put down. Please have them around the edges as well. Just so you know, good space and things, good spacing.
Can I move that there? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm missing one.
But yeah, so 6 skeletons rise up from the bodies and the bones,
Undead or abominations.
and I think that's a good point to leave it.
I look at
Oh,
my
I was actually gonna do a thing.
I look at my rapier and just think,
Yeah,
fuck.
it's 10 to 11. Our usual finishing time is 11, and I don't really want to finish you guys halfway through a combat. So we'll leave it just as they're about to go in and fight some skeletons.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I haven't actually gone down the stairs. I'm still at the top.
You're gonna roll a bomb down.
No.
So,
I knew it. I knew there was something that happened in there.
what are people thinking so far?
I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
I'm useless. I love it.
I'm loving it.
I've been sneaking attacking successfully, and I've not
Although,
taken a point
I
of
do
damage.
have to say, there is a member of the party that does remind me of another character that I play, and she's playing it like a budget version of that
No.
character.
I am playing it like Ace Brimmer.
Fan.
That's what I'm actually.
What a guy.
That's actually what I'm going for.
Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.
So Rimmer
So-
is the inspiration for 2 characters.
Yes.
So, we've managed to plough through a good chunk of the very first section of the Doomsday Dawn. That is, it's been pretty interesting so far. There's a couple of rooms that people haven't gotten to see what happens. So, if people at home are playing or giving the playtest a go, there's even some surprises left still, which is nice.
Ooh. And yes, the man Cass's hair is very long. He's been growing it for years.
Oh yeah. He normally wears it up in like a ponytail, which is why you don't really notice.
Yeah, no, it's
Basically
easier
stole
with
all of
ponytail
my
all the time.
hair.
Yeah, we've transplanted it all on Cassis.
I don't need to steal your hair. I've got proper Chinese hair. I'd love to do a proper Chinese queue one day.
Alright, Fu Manchu.
Just never a
Every
man
Christmas
bun.
party.
Oh my.
Yeah. So if anyone has any thoughts or any questions about that, I'll say drop them down on the social medias and things.
Yeah,
It is a
feedback's always
playtest. What anyone thinks of how it's been going, what anyone thinks of the system, if anyone has any ideas, drop them into Paizo maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll appreciate any kinds of feedback from any point of view.
I agree. But yeah, so yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully you have enjoyed that. So obviously we'll be continuing with this on Tuesdays. So we'll be still continuing with this until we finish this whichever bit we're getting to in that, and then moving on to our 4th level characters eventually. But
Yeah.
so that'll be nice.
It's cool.
So don't forget to join me and Cassus tomorrow as we will be continuing Mass Effect.
Mass Effect!
At this rate, how long do you think it's going to be until we do our 4th level?
Next week.
Oh,
Really?
Possibly. Depending. You
Depending
guys,
how fast we deal with
haven't
it.
been just going, we're going to explore every inch of this place. You guys have kind of primarily been doing what you came to do. There is
Shit, we're doing the video games wrong.
nothing in there saying you have to go in every room, which, again, as part of a playtest, that's good information for them. To know that not every group is going to search every room, nook and cranny is really good. But it does mean, I think, next week we'll be heading into 4th level characters during the course of the session.
So
Well,
we're
I
not
think,
doing Skyrim
I think
mode.
mainly that's partially because being as I'm playing a goblin and I have been here before. It's like
You can help drive.
it's like what's over there, and that sort of helps. Go well. That might have something useful in there. It might not.
Yeah.
Whereas if we were going in completely blind, not knowing, then we probably would be like, what's over there?
Shit, where
Yeah.
are we?
So again, it's one of those things where having something like the provision that a goblin character has a kind of a different start does give you interesting things to play with. It gives more information. It really does change things up a bit, and because they suggest lots of different character types, it really does give you so many avenues of exploration and opportunities to try.
Well, my thinking is that usually the best gear is on the people who are alive because they want to use it.
So is it next week that Burke's wanting to come back in? It is next week. So next week we're actually going to have a fuller house by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
So not only will it have the 6 of us currently around the table, we will have a 7th, meaning there'll be 6 players.
Burke's back.
Hopefully Fuller House goes better than the Netflix revival.
But
So, yeah.
So yeah, obviously we'll leave that there. So thank you very much again, guys. Obviously, if you haven't already, please give me a like. Give me a like. Give me a follow on Twitch. And then check me out on YouTube, as I've got all sorts of videos on there, and also follow me on social media as I do put updates on when I'm streaming and any other random bits and pieces on there as well. So yeah, so thanks again, guys, and hope to see you soon.
Catch you in the next one.
Bye.